Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Half Drawn Tabletop Presents Tales of Tairiku, Part 15. Well, it's been a lot of fun. We've been going along and enjoying ourselves. No crazy announcements that I don't think. Coming up sometime this month, there may be a weekend or two we miss. But as far as I know, it should be smooth sailing throughout the rest of this. Um, but beyond that, no announcements, so I guess we'll get into it. Last time, our party of intrepid adventurers had battled with the Tengu atop the mountain, the Genseiyama, transient world mountain. After battling their way to the inner sanctum, they had encountered Sojibo, who was the leader of the Tengu. He afforded them an audience after proving their might, served them tea, and discussed with them the goings-ons and their path that they are following. Some questions were answered, and yet more questions were raised about what possibly maybe set them on this path. Was it actually a goddess and the spirit of Ieyasu himself? Was it some facsimile, some illusion? No answers yet to be found. But regardless, our heroes have chosen to stay the course and continue to destroy the pieces of Orochi. In doing so, they had to challenge Sojibo, and a fierce battle took place. Ultimately, our heroes were victorious and chose to spare Sojibo's life. Being bested in combat, he gave up the scales of Orochi, which he was wearing as armor, and you lot destroyed it. He sent you on your way with his best well wishes that he could afford, and you guys made your way back down the mountain. A little contemplative, unsure of exactly what you feel about what's been going on as of late. You made your way down to the mountain and found Hachi at the old graveyard where you had been resting previously. And then your next heading was decided to be Shima province. So, you guys are just at the base of the Genseiyama, and there are two ways to get to Shima province relatively easily. You can continue east by northeast, following through the forest until it eventually meets the River of Clouds. A thick, roiling mist that seems to completely fill the space between these karsts, these massive pillar-like jutting pieces of stone and ground that form almost like very tall, narrow mountainscapes. Or you could head southeast, hit the coast, and take a ship around to the outside of Shima province to, if I remember the name of this. I don't.
Beach.
Yes. Thank you.
I was just looking at it, so no problem.
Yeah. Yeah, so Don's Beach would be the easiest port to get to. Both the ship would be the longer route to go. It would be, relatively speaking, safer, simply because the path through the forest is not mapped, but you are a powerful party and capable of quite a number of great feats. So it is up to you what you choose to do. Hachi has finished dealing with his afternoon preparations and has been hitching up the horses and getting the wagon ready. What would you like to do?
I think I remember last time we decided on going to the River of Clouds.
Okay.
I believe that was what we landed on after Cameron's character chimed in.
Okay.
I think so.
Yep.
Hachi chimes in with
apprehensive about sailing, apparently.
Not fond of it, but you gotta do what you gotta do.
Hachi chimes in with, well, looking at the map, we're probably from the edge of the River of Clouds. I would guess maybe a week, possibly less than, if our travels are safe and there isn't a bunch of rain or inclement weather or terrible something that will come and try and eat us all.
I'll protect you, Hachi.
Thank you. All right.
How long would it take us to get there
He's a
by
really
boat?
sport.
Out of curiosity.
By boat, it'll take us probably 4 days to get out of the woods. Would be my guess. Oh, kitty. Take us 4 days to get out of the woods, and then probably another week and a half by boat. So perhaps twice to 2.5 times as long. Safer for sure, unless you know how to navigate.
The River of Clouds, sure. Getting there, different story. I would like to go to Dawn's Beach, but if we decide to go to the river, I'm fine with that as well.
I'm fine either way, as long as you keep me close and don't let anything eat me. Eyes
Too
kind of dart
valuable.
over to Ark. Yes, architect.
I was actually about to say Ark is going to be looming behind him with a knife and fork.
As he doing a quick head count, realizing you're not within his periphery, spins around and sees you with the knife and fork, just
Like
giving you a
big
death glare.
Cartoon wolf-like looming.
My point exactly.
Don't you even think about it, Art.
Well,
Art's gonna look around shocked and be like, what? And brush his hair with the fork.
the old dingle hopper technique.
And like shave with the knife.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I mean, I've heard Dawn's Beach is gorgeous, and I've never actually been, so I would not mind visiting at some point. But if we're apprehensive about a 3-week journey and an ocean travel, I mean, the forest is gorgeous, such as it is, and frankly, I think you've killed the worst of what's in here.
Well, if we don't go there beforehand, I would like to make a stop there after our business is concluded.
Of course. The world is in peril, but it is less immediate, it seems, than maybe initially thought. Which, frankly, I'm delighted about. So,
Well, you know, I feel most at home in the trees.
of course.
I really do prefer the trees to the ocean, but I can get over it.
Well, I guess put it to a vote or something.
Hmm.
I don't mind the water.
It'd probably be easier to go to Dawn's Beach first rather than going there after
Yeah,
navigating the river. So I
that's
suppose
a
I vote
fair
both.
point.
I am fast as Solomon. Salmon.
What?
I can swim really fast.
All right.
How?
Then to the beach,
You
I
know-
suppose.
Yeah, let's go to the beach.
All right.
I like the beach.
Okay. So as you guys angle your way south by southeast, let me get my map up so I make sure that I'm looking at the right things. Yes. So angling south by southeast, you know the path out of the woods takes a couple of days. It would take you about 2 days of travel to break the tree line, and then probably another 2 days over land to get to the coast and charter a boat.
Yeah.
So, I would like whoever is heading this to make, pardon me, a survival check.
I don't think I
Who's
can.
wise? It's not me.
Oh shit, I am also proficient in survival, so. How
might
that
be helpful.
happens for the guy that seems to barely survive everything.
Stat wise, I'm wise, but I know nothing about the
Yeah.
ocean because I don't.
How beefy is your survival checks?
Oh, like a +5.
I also have a +7. Oh. I'll let you header this one. Can I assist him?
Yeah, you're welcome to assist to provide advantage.
Maybe the Kodamas can help me too, because I've never really been to a beach or the ocean or in the ocean or. Oh
You
my!
have been next to the ocean. It's your
I have
encounter
been
with the
near
crab
one?
things.
I got a 21 survival.
All right. Easy enough. You find a very relatively safe path through the woods. And in fact, let me make sure that I've
I only got
got
14, so that's way better.
Just a tad.
All right. So everybody can see. Traveling through the woods itself. Oh, no. Zoom in. We'll leave it there. It is a thick and ancient wood, as you guys have grown quite familiar with, and taking your way off the beaten path with the torii gates and the cobbled road leads you to some heftier traveling, and it would take a little bit longer than it should, just with how thick the foliage typically is. But thanks to Lee's keen eye, you are able to find a relatively safe path to meander through the woods.
With a little help from Mark.
Yeah, with a little help from Mark. Your first day of travel goes without issue, and you are able to bed down for the evening. Is there anything anybody would like to do this first night?
I want to call a hawk.
Okay. You make your way out to a clearing, and then I imagine using your spell.
Yeah.
Okay. You use your spell and whistle, and a hawk seems to circle out of the trees and down into the clearing and land on your wrist.
And I will
It
just
does, no.
say, this is going to, like, Mizutani, I suppose. 'Cause
Mizutani?
That's who I've been sending the hawks to. He's the one who sent the hawk that told me to come back, right?
She
is the one.
Yes.
Sent it. So yeah, I'll send it to Mizutani and just say I'm returning soon from Yamamoto, and that's all it really needs.
Okay. As you send the hawk off, it flies off, heading northeast.
Jester from Critical Role would be very disappointed in you. For not using every single
Every single word.
All 25 words to convey a simple message.
Yeah.
Well, I'm too tired for that, so.
Anything anybody else would like to do this first evening? All right. Your first day passes without issue. Starting on the next day, I would like another survival check to make it out of the wood.
I guess I'll roll again. Oh, shit. Okay. 26 this time.
Very nice. You make excellent progress, and as the trees begin to get smaller and more sparse, your path gets easier and easier to navigate. You continue to head out southeasterly, and eventually, on your second day of travel, relatively late in the afternoon, but not quite into evening, the tree line breaks, and you see large rolling fields of green out ahead of you. You see, kind of looking and glancing off in the distance, the sun would be to your guys' back and shoulder. And you see cast in that warm, late afternoon light, a couple of different farms that seem to kind of dot the landscape. A couple of wheat fields, and seems to be a few other crops that are being farmed and handled. But otherwise, amidst this relatively flat expanse of grass and landscape, nothing else particularly catches your eye. You can continue traveling if you would like.
Nice enough looking countryside.
It is a very open countryside. Hachi breathes a sigh of relief. It'll be so nice to put the woods behind us. My dreams will be vastly improved, I think.
Still got a ways to go there, Hachi.
It'll probably be harder to run from things on the water, too.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome. I mean, something could just eat us from the bottom, and we would never have a chance to find it out.
Zavis visibly sweats. Fucking sea monsters. I had to endure such a long boat ride to get to this goddamn country. We could go on another boat.
Okay.
Oh,
All right. For the sake of brevity, traveling along along this grassy field for the next 2 days or so to reach the coast is of no difficulty to you. The heading is clear. You do not encounter many people. As you travel through this land, it is very pretty and very green, and you notice that it is a lot of open space. There are a few farmsteads that you find here and there, small things you could almost call a village, but are only just barely above a hamlet. And the people are pleasant and, if not totally trusting, at least agreeable as you trade for extra supplies and make your way along to the coast. The place that you find along the coast, as Hachi points you towards, is Suizano Town. So Suizano Town is the only major port, if you can even call it that. It is the port on this most easterly part of Yamamoto. It is a relatively small town that is pretty much set up as a travel hub for those traveling by ship. So it is just a simple port. As the evening goes along, as you reach this town in late afternoon, you guys can choose to either stay in town for a day or immediately charter a boat. It seems that there are several that are ready to leave by this evening, and by several I mean about 3 that are heading out.
How many people does your boat carry, Ark?
You also could use your own boat.
I don't know
Hear
anything.
me?
Okay.
Architect?
No, architect did not.
In character. Always. I love this man's commitment to character.
method playing.
Yeah, I heard you. I heard you so well. I want to make sure I heard you extra well. And I didn't hear you. What'd you say?
Ask how many people your boat can hold.
The skipper, the old boataroo, the old floaty boy. That's a good
Aquatic
question.
melodic.
Is this the first time we're going to use my boat for what it's for?
No, second time. You used it to get out into the middle of the lake.
It can stretch out to 24 feet long, 8 feet wide, and 6 feet deep with 5 sets of oars, a steering oar, and an anchor, and a deck, and a cabin, and a mast. It could probably hold us pretty easily.
Yeah.
It says 15 creatures comfortably.
Yeah, I was like...
Yeah, you guys could in fact use your own ship.
I'm fine with that.
All right.
For some reason, I trust Architect with a boat.
Ark, you can pilot the boat, right?
Arg!
Do we?
No,
Arg.
Him less now.
I'm architect.
I trust him much less
Okay,
now.
maybe we want to hire a boat and get an experienced sailor that actually knows these parts and these waters.
I was of the same thought.
Zavis just doesn't want to fall in the water.
I don't want to die. I don't swim.
How argue?
I'm actually very good at piloting boats.
Give me a second, Hachi. We're talking.
Hey,
First off,
don't
how
you interrupt,
hard is it
Hachi.
to pilot a boat?
Do you know these shores? You could hit a rock.
What rock? Rock out of water? Go away from
There's
it.
a one
Rock
under.
underwater? Fine, go over it.
Do you even know? Do you have like?
Yes,
do
Ray?
you have like a compass or?
While Zavis is starting to froth at the mouth, Ray will kind of like move up, look around, grab Zavis's tankard, and just kind of like push it up towards his mouth.
I'm just gonna pat Hachi on the head.
Well,
His ears kind of twitch a little.
Ark is gonna get like stop all of a sudden and hit the like SpongeBob super grin and be like, Novice, are you scared?
I have no problem admitting that I don't like water. Do you see the size of me? Do you see what I'm wearing?
Continuing
I
to
sink.
push up the tankard.
I don't-
I need more vodka.
I don't think like's a good word. You don't like me. You're scared of water.
I'm not scared of anything. He
Yeah.
crosses his arms.
Yeah. And what's that body of water behind you?
He literally just narrows his eyes at you and like puffs out a bit of smoke. Puff.
Well,
I
don't
spent
see
a lot
any
of my
reason
youth-
Hachi couldn't-
I spent a lot of my youth fishing, and am quite good behind the mast, so to speak. I could sail us there. I don't know the waters, but Shima Province's coastline is supposed to be excellent, so, and barring absolute catastrophe, we should be okay.
Well, there you go. I know the waters. Nice guy. Had dinner with him the other day. Let's go.
I, for one,
What?
vote Hachi mans the boat.
Because you do trust Hachi, don't you?
Hachi's not even a man.
Hey,
I
I'm a
would
proud and
prefer-
masculine representation of my people.
Masculine?
Yes?
Are you sure you're using that word right?
Are you sure you want to argue this with me?
He cooks your food.
He's got a bit-
I'd maybe let up.
All right then. Put your dinghy in the water. We should be going.
I want to call one more hawk before we leave, if I can.
I'm gonna die.
Okay.
This is how I die. Not in the glory of battle. I'm gonna fuck
Actually, yeah, go ahead.
Get eaten.
Call that hawk as it arrives. You guys see Yukio kind of walk out in the middle of a field and whistle and raise his arm to one side, and then seemingly kind of just out of the tree line, or out of just kind of behind a hill, a hawk kind of wheels its way around and then lands on his wrist. This is, I think, the second or third time you've seen him do this.
And this one I want to send to Dawn's Beach. And I'll say, taking a boat from Yamamoto home soon. I messed that up. Taking a boat from Yamamoto, I'll be home soon. And that's
Okay.
all.
Alright. Alright. As you... I take it you you speak to your hawk, and then as you lift your wrist, it flies and flies away and heading northeastwards. It is late afternoon. You guys could get a jump on sailing and get a few miles off the coast. Or up the coast, I should say. If you would like. Alright.
Well, do we need to stop into the town to get any provisions or anything?
Yeah, is there anything you want to get in Suizano Town? Any provisions, any extra things, any stuff you want to spend money on? It's up to you. It's a small town, relatively well stocked because it is a port, and there's a lot of trading ships that make their way in and out of here as they make their way up and down the coast.
I have a lot of money, but I have absolutely no idea what I would get with said money.
Alcohol?
Can you buy more edge?
No,
No,
it's impossible. I'm already sharp.
he's got to grind for it.
Any sharper?
Got a grind for it. I love it.
You
The
did
double-
say that the town is fairly out in the sticks, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's fairly remote as far as towns go, but it is decently well stocked because it does receive a lot of travel and trade. It's just, there's not a whole lot around it outside of small farming villages. It just happens to be a good port.
Isn't this beach supposed to be really nice?
Dawn's Beach is supposed to be gorgeous and amazing,
All right,
like a resort spot.
We're going to the beach for a bit.
Well, Dawn's Beach is at the end of your travel.
Okay.
This is just a
that's
kind of
where
a, it's like
Okay, cool.
grass right up to the edge of like a little bit of sand. It's like the Oregon coast where it's just like grass and
Okay,
trees and
yeah.
shit, and then there's a tiny little stretch of sand and then water.
And fuck it, let's just go.
Yes.
Are there children here?
You cannot buy children. No, but there are children here.
First
You
off,
kinda can.
Yikes.
first off, I bet I can roll high enough to buy a child. Second off, that is not my intention.
We don't need to have
Well,
another
we don't need
child
you
to
flashing
take care
yourself
of.
so that you can buy a child. Let's move on. What was your second part of that question?
Wait. Come on. I know you're from Florida, but you're not Matt Gates.
Hey! Zing!
Are there children in this small little town?
Yeah.
I would like to employ a child.
Okay. To do what?
Find me a small reptilian friend of some sort. Frog, newt, toad, any of them. Frog, newt, toad, turtle, anything along those lines.
Okay. A young boy, human child, probably about 8 or so. You offer him up coin, and he just excitedly giggles and just takes off. In about half an hour, he comes back with 3 small lizards, a salamander, and a frog just kind of like bundled in his arms as he's running around and like trying to keep a hold of them as he runs up and proffers them up to you.
I would like to use my insight to try to figure out which reptilian friend has the best personality.
Make an insight check.
I might actually burn a flash for this. Where's my insight? Oh, it's actually not as bad as I thought it. Oh shit, dirty 20?
They are all slimy and angry, but the frog seems the most complacent.
Okay. I will
Slimy
point at
and
the
angry.
frog and then hand him coin.
Okay. How much coin do you give him?
Ark doesn't understand money. I'm gonna give this kid 100 coin.
100 gold?
Yeah.
You've just set him up for the next 10 years. Well done. As you...
Made the richest kid in the province.
He's gonna get like a horde of children following him around.
Alright, you offer up this young boy the 100 gold for his frog. The other animals he just lets drop as they skitter amongst the grass and disappear, and then just kind of like saucer-eyed hands, offers you the frog, and then just holds his hands out for the coin as you pour them in. His little hands can barely hold all these coins, and he's like... And he gives you a very, his best impression of, a very, very, very deep, respectful bow as he just dips over, and then a few of the coins tumble out onto the ground, and then you see him, reaching to try and pull them back up while he's in his bow.
Yes.
Okay. You have a frog now, and a delighted little boy is running off into his home.
So, we've been on the road for, months now? A month, maybe?
A month, roughly.
Okay. How's, our clothes and shit doing?
I mean,
Solid.
considering the amount of ass-kicking you've taken over this month, not great.
Yeah, alright, so...
Most of your stuff has been field repaired at best. The magic things are okay, but they're magic. The rest of it is in desperate need of a wash, and that's the least of its concerns. Your clothing is pretty well beaten up.
Ray is not feeling herself. She'll go on a shopping trip.
Okay. The vast majority of Zavis's clothing is actually just char from being thrown into lava. So.
I'm fine.
I'm pretty much... Oh, go on. Sorry.
Architect just keeps collecting drip as he goes.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm pretty much dressed entirely in magic at this point.
Alright. You are easily enough able to find relatively common clothes in your size. Nothing...
Oh, no. Fancy shit.
Make an investigation check.
I'm good at that. Don't fuck me. God damn it. It's alright. 13.
13?
What, this town doesn't have things to my standard?
You do find silks easily enough. You find a relatively not. It's not brocaded in any particularly exciting fashion, but you do find some solid or just a few like solid pieces, and then like a striped kimono in your size that is a good combination of like green and gold. Not your typical colors, but it's decent.
Fine. Shell out for... I'll buy them out.
Okay.
Ray,
With the rate
can
I'm
you
going
find me
through
some new
crap.
clothes?
Do it yourself.
I'll just go like this then. I don't care.
That's perfectly fine by me. The outsides reflect the insides.
Thomas, if you would like, you are able to acquire a sturdily sewn and well put together black and brown set of clothing.
Underclothes.
Underclothing,
Okay.
yeah.
I'll get some more other underclothes. So
Yeah.
like,
They're not as pretty
mean-
as your old stuff, but they are perfectly serviceable.
I mean, unless you guys want my thighs hanging out, you know.
Yes. No.
As long as my clothes still look like clothes
Yeah.
and not like, repairs on top of repairs, then I'm
I'm
fine.
just... That one...
I think you're mostly doing okay.
Lord of the Rings illustrator.
Mhm.
Just...
All right. Is that everything you guys want to do before taking off for the evening? All right. You guys get the architect's boat all unfolded and put into the water, to the amazement of several of the locals who have not seen this sort of thing before. Hop in, and Hachi gets behind the helm and sets you guys off on a course. The trip is about a week and a half by boat, and I'm not going to roll day for day for day. I'm going to have you roll 3 checks for me. So, who would like to roll the first d10?
Sure.
Okay.
These dice have been looking pretty full time, so I'm gonna roll one. 6.
6. All right. As you go along your first several days of travel on the ocean, you keep the coastline in sight. You're never so far off that you can't see it, which helps keep you guys comfortable and relatively well adjusted as you make your way around the kind of southeastern portion of Tairiku. It's about 4 days that you travel through until you see what you recognize, Yukio, as where the River of Clouds meets the ocean. To the rest of you, you see these mighty standing stone pillars interspersed with thick fog.
I don't like that.
And they are, you see it kind of hugging the coastline. Hugging the coastline as you just kind of, you look through it and you just see this thick, roiling mist weaving its way through these tall, spire-like stones. And the clouds seem to move through it like a river. Hence the name.
Yukio will just chuckle. What? You don't like the River of Clouds? Because that's where we're going.
Yes, sir.
It just
Confuses me.
When you said like a week and a half, right?
Mhm.
Is that 3 or 4 days for my potion making needs?
I mean, in what context? How?
Like you said, it's a week and a half. Is it a week and 3 days or a week and 4 days? Because I get 2 potions a day.
A week and 4 days. How many potions can you have in total?
I don't know if I have a max limit.
There should be a max limit that you can have. D&D usually is pretty good about that, not just letting you do all the things.
I'll get back to you on that. Let me read through it.
Okay. Who would like to roll while he's
Usually
doing
a
that?
Complete reset on a long rest.
Yeah, I think they reset on a long rest, so.
I might as well.
All right, go ahead and roll the next d10 for me.
D10. It is a 2.
2. As you guys are traveling around, you see a kind of a storm head blow in. The winds get heavy and cold. and a sheet of rain begins to pour all over you. And this lasts for days. It is bitter cold and it is exhausting.
Thanks.
And the next couple of days are miserable. Who would like to roll the next? Yes, Ray?
So, yeah, while this is happening, at some juncture, Ray is going to go up to Yukio and be like, "You could have warned us."
What, like I know the weather?
That this was a possibility, at least.
Does Ray not know it rains?
I was just gonna say, did you not know about rain?
Oh, just constant rain for days on end in the bitter cold? I'm assuming that, like, is this typical for this sort of climate? Because it seemed like a little bit of a break from...
You would know that it's not
previously.
typical of this climate to have this kind of heavy rain, but when it does come, it pours for days.
It's
Okay.
not typical, no. I suppose
Okay.
I'll just let you take what Kyler says.
Yeah. Okay, with it not being typical... Yeah, alright. She didn't... Yeah.
Okay.
Gotcha.
All right, who would like to roll for the last leg of this journey? Yes, May?
I might as well.
All right.
1?
Well,
I don't like that reaction.
the rain does not let up. In fact, it gets worse as you guys are traveling.
Oh,
What are the stats on your boat, Ark?
Perfect.
Did I say 1? I meant 6.
I'm at 1-0. Let's see. What are the stats on my boat?
I don't think it actually really lists any sort of stats.
Under the description here, I'm not seeing any.
Yeah. Maybe just look at boats. Here we go.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna find out here.
So the question of about what's about to happen, is this a buildup of weather? Because if it is, I would like to give Zavis some assistance before things go too far downhill.
It is a buildup of weather, so yes, you can.
Okay. Hey, Zavis!
what?
So you remember that thing about you can't swim?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and have you hold on to this lovely little rod. If you fall overboard, push the button. It won't make you swim, but it'll stop you from sinking.
You could give him the cloak, but instead you give him the rod.
Well, I don't want to fall overboard.
No, I know. It's really funny to me.
Ark, I know what that rod does.
Do you not want it?
It wouldn't it just make me sink?
No. It'll
Oh.
stop you dead in your tracks.
Okay. He takes it. Realizing what you said, so I don't go overboard.
Please don't push it while on the boat.
Okay. As you begin to see the heavy roiling and crackling of lightning.
Fantastic.
And the pounding sound of explosive thunder.
Probably shouldn't have gone by the water.
Zavis makes sure he is sitting down on the boat, not near any open spaces, because he's tall and made of metal. Well, not made of metal, but...
Okay. You guys are very fortunate. You see a couple of lightning strikes kind of where you're heading, up the coast, northward. And you see there's a blinding flash of light, maybe 100 feet or so off the starboard side of the ship. It is searingly white hot, and the sound that follows almost shatters your eardrums with the heavy explosive thunderclap. You feel the ocean kind of twist and shift out of the way as your boat rocks to one side. And you guys are sailing through a storm. The swells get worse as you go, and I would like everybody to make an acrobatics check for me.
I don't know if this will. I feel like it'll either be a 13 or a 15 check, and I got a 14.
I got a 15.
8.
I'm gonna flash myself. 19.
Okay, so how would this rod help me in this situation?
If you fall overboard, hit the button, you won't sink to the bottom of the ocean.
But isn't it the immovable rod?
Yes, just hold on to it. Don't hit it and let go.
But wouldn't it just the rod? I'm not
The
understanding.
rod stops in space, so it clicks and it does not move, period. So if it stops and you are holding on to it, you will hang from nothing, essentially.
Oh,
To be fair, I can see a different arc that would tell her to click it.
I know. This is what I was thinking.
Okay.
I rolled a 15.
May, what did you get?
8.
Alright, Zavas got a 15. Architect, you flashed yourself, so you're decently high. Cirrus did alright. Ray, what did you get?
9.
9. Yukio, what did you get?
15.
15. And Lee, what did you get?
I rolled a natural 6, but it's still a 19.
Jeez.
Woofta Nyman.
Fucking rogues, man.
Rogues.
The ship is rocking from side to side, and your stomachs begin to churn and roll as it twists and lifts and lowers. And eventually a heavy wave hits the side of the ship. There's spray and water that covers the top of it for a moment. And 2 of your party go overboard. May and Ray. Both of you unable to hold on with the sudden surprising blast of water. You roll, tumble, and go over the railing into the water.
Do they go off the same side?
Yes, they got hit and they both rolled off to the port side and are down in the water between you and the coast. But basically between you and the coast.
Were they like close to each other, or
About 10 feet or so from one another.
kind of?
Ark, you had your hand up first.
Ark's gonna throw his hood on as he dives overboard.
Okay. Zabas.
In this instant too, I'm going to cast daylight on the big part of the ship, I guess.
Okay.
So it's just the mast. There we go. So a 60-foot radius of light. So it's so it's raining, but it's bright.
Gotcha.
So you can see into the water.
Your ship's mast becomes a beacon of daylight, illuminating the area around May. Yes.
So I can't see, and I'm being thrown overboard. But as a reaction, I mean, obviously it's not combat, but as a reaction, can I just attempt to misty step in the general direction of where I remember being?
Make a perception check.
Okay.
As you go ass over tea kettle into the water and lose the sense of where up is for a moment.
12.
12. As you kind of are rolling into the water, first of all, you are wearing breastplate, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Medium armor.
Okay,
Yes.
I need you to make an athletics check to breach the surface.
Natural 20.
Okay, as you twist, you feel the weight of your armor start to drag you down, and you panic, the fear of drowning suddenly setting in, and you just start swimming, and you feel your body move upwards, and you break the surface. Your eyes glancing every which way, you see, the architect could whip up and dive off, and then this bright beacon of light appear that shows you the deck of the ship.
Okay, while those things happened, I'm sure there's like at least a rope, if not like a buoy on a rope or something.
There's a rope.
I ran for that and tossed it off the
Okay.
side.
All right. As you run and you grab a coil of rope and throw it and make sure that it's wrapped around the railing tightly. May, you see it. You can't quite gauge the distance. You might be within 30 feet.
I was also going to hurl myself off of the boat, but I kind of want to see how the reactions to the actual falling off the boat are played out first.
We'll get back to May real quick. Ray, question.
Getting hurled off of the boat, as a reaction, I cast Featherfall.
Okay. As you get tossed, you kind of go out and you're about 5 or so feet off the surface of the water, and you cast Featherfall, and then you just kind of drop and kind of list into the water itself, but it is a rolling sea.
If I can see May, I should be able to also target her with the same. But
Yeah, you both could see each other.
if we were just kind of like tossed, then...
You were kind of tossed, so I would say you got disoriented enough that it was kind of a surprise.
Okay, so I managed to cast it on me as a reaction. I kind of drift into the water. I am not happy. What kind of a check do you want me to make?
I would like you to make an athletics check to stay abreast on the surface. May, as you gather your thoughts and you kind of gauge the distance, you cast Misty Step and you shunt out of the water, and you do so and get right up to the railing as it's beginning to teeter away from you. Make a reflex save for me.
These are all my great stats.
Okay, so seeing that Ray didn't teleport in or anything, I will also hurl myself off of the
I
boat.
assume you mean dex.
Dexterity saving throw. Sorry, reflex is old.
7.
12.
7.
For athletics.
You teleport forward. 12 gets you up to the surface. You teleport forward and you see the edge of the railing and you reach for it and your hand just misses as you drop into the water right next to the ship. And you will take
1 million.
4 points of damage as you hit the water, roll, and then slam into the side of the ship as it rolls kind of on top of you.
Ouch.
I like to imagine my breastplate made a nice dong.
Dong! A thunk. There's just this dull thunk against the hull. This thunk.
She was conscious until she hit the boat with her.
All right. Lee, you threw the rope out. Yukio and Ark, you both are over the edge of the side. Yukio, you land on the surface of the water. Ark,
I will allow myself to go into the water.
okay, as you sink through, Ark is already making your way. Architect, what are you doing at the moment? Ray is just managing to get abreast, and she's treading water, looking around, but she's looking a bit like a drowned cat.
I'm swimming at almost Mach speed towards Ray. I have a 60 movement in water.
Okay, so you just speed right up next to her.
Aquaman over here.
I can also breathe underwater.
Yeah, as you kind of get a hold of her and buoy her up, you see Yukio is probably about 10 or so feet away from you. He's just kind of like swimming abreast. Yukio, you actually see the rope that Lee has tossed overboard and are within range to grab it if you would like.
I appreciate it, but my plan doesn't require a rope. Am I close to May?
Yes, you would be about 10 feet from May, and she is currently underwater and bouncing against the hull. This is a bad place for her to be.
Yeah, I want to swim down to May, put my hand on her, and Dimension Doris back up to the top.
All right.
Onto the back of the ship.
Make an athletics check because she is currently getting pulled underneath the keel.
All right. Wish me luck, because that's not a good check. Well, that's an 8.
Nope.
Total?
Total.
You take 4 points of damage as you go to dive under, and the keel of the ship, the body of the ship, just slams into you and knocks you caterwaul to the side.
Yeah, I got a -1 to athletics, so
Not good.
not a good check for me.
Eat your Wheaties.
That hit you pretty hard in the head, and you're a little disoriented.
Would like to grab onto Yukio, and do I see the rope?
Make a perception check at disadvantage.
These are all
It's real bright. It's really bright right now.
The surface above is right. She's underneath the ship, slammed up against it, so...
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
Well, as
You
long
said
as you can
disadvantage?
get to me, we can get out soon.
16.
16? Alright, you're kind of looking around. You see Yukio. You can swim towards him. You're looking for the rope.
Yeah.
You do see, just barely, it's about 10 or so feet behind him. So you're about 15 feet from it. Are you going to swim that direction?
Yeah.
Alright. Architect.
Not knowing Yukio's plan, May's plan is to grab Yukio and just haul us both up rope.
Okay. Architect, you've got Ray underneath your arm. Ray, you are kind of buoyed and see that the architect is there, hood up, and is keeping you afloat.
Ark is going to yell to Ray because I'm sure we're in the middle of a storm.
Mm-hmm.
Ray, you're gonna have to trust me. And he's gonna open his bag of holding.
Get in the bag.
What's in the bag? Get in.
There's a limited amount of air.
I can
get in the
swim
bag.
faster than anything you've ever seen.
It's also several hours of air, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're not panicking and it's not filled with seawater, which,
True.
as you open the bag, it does begin to start filling with water.
So Ray knows this is precarious. She'll tap off spider climb on Architect and do her damnedest to get in the bag.
All right. As a reverse cat out of the bag, you kind of shove her into the bag and then cinch it tight. Ray, you end up in a featureless dark void, and you are about up to your neck in water, but your feet are touching something.
Okay, so
This is every bad nightmare I've ever had.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that is
got
horrible.
Arc. You've got spider climb going on.
All right.
Alright. Arc's gonna spin around and see if he can see the other two who are having a lovely jaunt at the bottom of the water.
And we will jump to them. You go ahead and make a perception check. May, as you swim forward, you can get a hold of Ray, but in doing so, if you grab him, you will be slowed down, and you will not be able to swim fast enough to get to the rope.
It's okay, just grab me. Can I, make a motion at,
You can try to
I
communicate.
don't know.
Make an insight check, May.
Y'all.
25.
Yeah,
His
you
pantomime is very clear. It's
I will decidedly swim over to Yukio.
Right on, and if possible, as soon as we, clasp hands, I'm just gonna Dimension Doris back up to the
All right.
boat's deck.
Yeah, okay. As soon as she reaches out and grabs onto you, you get a hold of your arms, clasp around one another, and you cast your spell. Does it take verbal components?
It does? Can I still do it? Does the sound actually have to be heard? Can I just be like... How does that work?
That's a good question. Roll a
I
d
could still say that.
roll a d20 for me.
Okay, you got it. I hadn't considered that.
Also, sound does transmit underwater. It's just
19!
All right, yes, you are fine. I was going to say anything better than a 10. You had about a 50-50 shot of opening your mouth and suddenly being full of seawater and not
That's
being
fair,
able to do
yeah.
that. So you managed to shout your spell as hard as you can, all the air in your lungs leaving at once as you finish your incantation, and you are plucked out of time and space for a brief moment, and then appear just about a foot above the deck of the ship, and then kind of fall in a heap. Lee and Cirrus and Zavis, you guys would turn and see them just kind of apparate and then fall into there. Architect,
Good.
you looked for them and you did not see them surface. But what did you get for your perception roll?
24.
24. You see them appear just above the deck of the ship and fall in. So they are inside the ship.
I'm going to swim towards the boat,
Mm-hmm.
and then right before getting to it, I'm going to dip down,
Mm-hmm.
and then come straight up.
Okay. As you do your dolphin thing, you go down and then shoot straight up. You get up just as the ship is lifting, and then you kind of gecko stick to the railing. Because spider climb kind of adheres you to the side, and you're able to scramble over.
I'm now going to dump out the contents of my bag.
About, I'd say, 20 gallons of seawater and a very sopping wet Ray pour out, plus whatever else is in your bag of holding.
I have a bunch of poach. Let's look. I
Yeah.
got so much shit.
Yes, Zavis?
You could just reach in and pull out Ray.
This is more fun, though.
It is.
When everybody is back on the surface of the boat, I just want to be holding the glowing mass, looking at them like, "Oh, good, you're back."
Just massive, masculine, meaty arms wrapped vice-like around this glowing phallic object. Your only beacon of hope.
Yukio's just gonna be like, "Huh. What's the matter, Zavis? I thought you didn't get scared."
I'm not
Coughing
scared.
from being underwater, not from like making fun of him.
Yep.
I'm just bad at it.
Thank you for you saved my life this time, Yukio. Thank you.
You both have very bad headaches.
Of course. Anytime.
Hopefully
I'm
not
happy
again.
to get battered by a boat for you.
Yeah, I can heal you, and I'll cast like Cure Wounds or something.
Okay.
Lee
I
sighs as
appreciate it.
they coil the rope back up.
You like, and then everybody just like pop, and you're like,
Sorry, Lee. I saw it, but like.
I also
Magic,
saw it.
though.
I appreciate the effort.
Listen, I'll fight dragons, I'll fight demons, but I'm not going into the water for anyone. And he just continues to hug the mast.
I'm fast. I can't climb rope for shit.
yes, Ray.
Ray is going to scuttle, like, if there's any interior to be had on this ship, she is currently in it.
There is not. The best you can do is wrapping yourself around Zavas's leg, which is currently tightly wrapped around the mast.
Wait, I think there is an interior.
Is there an interior?
Oh my gosh, my camera's being
24/6. The ship has a deck, rowing, 5 sets of oars, steering, anchor, a deck cabin.
Okay. So, you know when you've just washed the cat and then you open the bathroom door and they just take off? That's pretty much what happens. You dump Ray out and she scrambles, all limbs going every direction, and then just darts on all fours towards the cabin, just kind of,
She is shifted.
yeah,
She has
just
full-
shifted, claws, fur, slams against the door frame, you see her ass end just kind of wrap around it, and then she's just gone into the darkness.
And then also, with the dishevelment, proximity, and water, Architect should probably get, like, a perception check, maybe at disadvantage due to the chaos.
Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check.
Yukio will just break out in laughter at Ray just absolutely losing it, coming out of the bag that I didn't even know she was in.
Yeah.
Like,
You just see fucking Architect make his way, and then just take the bag and pour out 20 gallons of seawater, and then a cat person that just slap,
Like a
gone.
fish or two just flopping on the deck now.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what I was rolling for, but I got a 16.
Perception?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it'd be pretty clear enough to see the sopping wet Ray, and the bright daylight does help, so what is it you were expecting him to see?
No, it was more with water proximity and just general chaos and light.
Oh,
Whether or not he could tell.
That you were shifted?
No.
Ah,
the seeing them in the water thing.
well,
Either way, all my stuff is
You're-
on the deck right now.
the thing is you're young, and that's kind of a hard thing to tell at that age.
It was more of a sopping wet thing
Mm-hmm.
plus proximity. That was the only thing that I could think of.
Gotcha.
Might be a higher DC than 16.
Yeah, I would say a higher DC for that.
My passive is 17.
My passive is 24. I don't know what I'm perceiving at this point.
You're good.
Yeah,
that would be passive, wouldn't it?
something seems odd about Ray, in a way that you feel like perhaps asking about later. Seeing that Ray's got just sopping wet cloth wrapped around and clinged around their fairly lithe and frail frame,
Okay.
is currently shifted into a wild, almost like fox or cat-like appearance.
Yeah, Ark doesn't give a shit. He just dumped his alchemical supplies on the deck, and he's more concerned about that than her.
Yeah, and to that point,
Well, that sounds like our.
most of them stay on the ship, thankfully.
Yeah, so I'm gonna scramble to get everything back into my
Yep.
bag.
Okay, yeah, I just rolled for you, and you managed to get everything back in your bag. If you've lost one or two things, it's not anything you can't replace with ease.
And at that point, Ark's gonna be like, "Oh no, we are not doing this," and he's gonna point at both ends of the boat and cast web.
So everybody is just webbed to the ship.
Hey,
like
I
you
did not
imagine
say you
Savage
could
could
do this to
fall
me.
You'll be fine. Or
All
you
right.
won't. There's like a 50-50.
The boat capsizes and we all die. Thanks, Ark.
Drop concentration.
Well, you're
I
okay.
can move.
So, Ray, inside the dark interior of this relatively small cabin room, you are feral at this moment, having nearly drowned, and
Yep.
you are hyperventilating. It's not a good day so far.
Nope. She'll do her best to get herself comfortable again.
Okay.
That's all.
As you kind of are like wringing out your clothes and kind of strip down, after a few minutes, you hear a light, like against the cabin door.
Hastily put on dry clothes if I have them in here. I'm assuming our supplies are stored somewhere.
Yeah, you have a relatively dry set of clothes.
Yeah.
All right.
Then that's it.
You see the door crack and the snout of Hachi poke through. Storm is lightening up a bit. You okay?
Nope. Here. Bye. Push the door back.
You saw Hachi
Poor Hachi.
pull and kind of rub at his nose. Well, she seems fine. But as you guys are kind of riding out for the next half an hour or so, these rough seas begin to settle a little bit. As you've kind of passed beyond the edge of the storm. Thankfully, you were going northward and it was coming inland and southwestern, so you guys just kind of skirted the front edge of it. Yes, Architect.
As the ship is covered in webs and it's rocking, like the cash bot, I want to stand on the front of it, like Jack Sparrow, just like arms full. I've still got spider cling, so it's actually my cloak. I didn't even need that. My cloak of Arachna.
I didn't know that. I still burnt the spell slot.
Yep.
So I'm just gonna stand there as the storm goes.
Okay. How much metal are you wearing?
Me?
Yeah.
Virtually none.
Okay, you're fine then.
I mean, I can double check. I think my armor is like light armor.
Light armor is typically leather.
Do I even have light armor on? What
You
the hell?
might have studded leather?
I don't wear
Maybe?
armor,
I don't think I have
technically
armor.
speaking.
Regardless, you are alright, and the remainder of your trip, as you pass beyond the edge of this storm, gives way to brilliant, calm seas. And you see, over the next couple of days, as you reach around, you see Don's Beach. Gorgeous white sands, kind of backed against a high, lush green hillside with several almost castle-sized manors and homes and buildings kind of wrapped around it. It is kind of like it's what you would imagine you would see in like how to describe it? Like parts of Greece in the Aegean, where you just see those buildings just kind of built up against and on top of one another in front of this beautiful blue water. It's pretty much what you see. Although they are obviously very Japanese-centric in style. But it is a beautiful landscape that kind of wraps around, and you guys are approaching Don's Beach. It will be probably early afternoon by the time you arrive.
Any chance we can not go back the way we came?
Why?
I'm not a big fan of the sea.
It sounded like our plan was to go north anyway, right?
Gods, I hope so.
Well, we can take a stop at the beach, right? Though, just to get a break, right? We're going to the beach, right?
You
It'd
hear
be criminal
screeching
to come
from the
to Don's
cabin.
Beach.
Yes!
It would be criminal to come to Don's Beach and not enjoy the beach.
Good. Yep, we're going to the beach, guys, and I'm still kind of holding on to the mats, like.
Are we doing a beach episode?
Basically.
Right. As you guys eventually land on the port of Don's Beach, you see gorgeous landscape. A long, wide breadth of just brilliant white sand, crystal blue water. The weather is absolutely magnificent. It is a pristine landscape. You see several little fishing boats that are just kind of making their way across this through the long shallows, and you see a town, Don's Beach proper, set up amidst the array of it. Obviously, several of these almost castle-like manors kind of spread in the far back on the higher hills, with the houses getting a little more rustic as they get closer and closer to the actual beach itself, with one major thoroughfare that is still well kept and leads directly from these large manor homes down to the beach. One major road, it seems. It is early morning, or early afternoon, late morning, probably around 11 o'clock or so. And you are able to land, collapse your boat again, and Zavis, hands and knees, on the beach.
He just picks up the sand in his hand, looks at everyone, doesn't say anything, stands up and brushes himself off and just...
Okay.
Ark's gonna ask for his rod back. Give me.
He hands it back.
Okay.
I'll remember your kindness.
No, please don't.
All right.
When he says that, he just means he'll kill you quickly.
I will say, Yukio, during your trip, you received 2 hawks. The first one, in response to your first message sent from Mizutani, simply says, "The sooner you get here, the better. We need to talk."
Oh, that's not ominous.
And that
Okay.
was the end of that. The second one was an elated response of, "Oh, of course. I will make sure to await your arrival at the garden. I look forward to seeing you." And that was it.
Okay.
Yeah. You guys have the rest of the day to do with as you will. Yes, Ray.
Are there shops?
Yes. There are very nice shops here.
Okay, so how much did Ray pay on the previous purchases?
Let's see what it costs to be bougie as hell.
I pay, whatever I paid for the previous purchases, and then chances are I'm still going to have a fuck ton.
A set of fine clothes would be about 15 gold.
That's fine.
Um,
And I got like 3 or 4.
yeah, you got about 3 or 4 sets of fine clothes.
Okay, call it 45 gold.
Yep.
And then on this one, since I got fine clothes before, I'm not. This time I'm going for my style though.
All right, that will definitely cost you more.
Yeah, we're gunning for the black and.
We'll say that they are 20 gold a pop.
Gotcha.
I'm going shopping with Ray.
Okay.
Haha.
Ray and Zavis going shopping.
I'll carry the bags.
Yeah, this Ray's fine with that as long as you keep quiet.
I know
Alright.
the drill. It's fine.
Yes. All right. Is there anything anybody else would like to do and spend their day in Don's Beach?
I have
I'll
plans
ask,
for the evening, but none for the day.
Okay.
I'll ask Hachi to go find us a nice place to stay and make sure he gets himself a nice room too.
I can do that. As he makes his way off excitedly to try and find a nice inn.
He deserves it.
All right, architect.
I don't know what store I'd look for, but I need to find flasks.
That'd be any sort of general goods store.
Okay.
You can find them relatively easily.
Yield to the general store. I owe silver. Where's the nearest Walmart?
Okay. Easy enough to find. You can look up the cost of those on your own. They're not going to be expensive. Coppers, most likely.
Yeah, it's gonna be a quantity thing, though. How many a store has?
How many are you looking for?
All of them.
You can gather, probably make an investigation check.
Investigation. I wonder if I can do those. I rolled an 11, so 20.
Yeah, you can find any number of flasks and bottles and whatnot around here. You could probably find a decent collection of maybe 50 or more.
I want that. I'll keep it light. I want 50 flasks.
Okay, you are able to find, and you spend the better part of your day going from shop to shop as you kind of get a chance to glance around at this beautiful place, but you do eventually find all of your 50 flasks. Anybody
Okay.
else?
Yeah.
Yes, Lee, what's up?
I would like to look around and see if I can find any magical kunai.
Okay. That's going to be a little bit harder, but go ahead and make an investigation check.
I rolled a natural 2, so probably not going to happen.
Unfortunately, yeah, not down here. Magic items are not typically easily bought and sold. You would have to find somebody who has them and is willing to sell them on an individual level, just a private buyer. But there are no shops that are set up around here that have them, unfortunately. Yes, architect?
Does anybody know how much copper is in a gold piece?
It'd be 100 copper. It's 10 copper to silver, 10 silver to gold, 10 gold to platinum.
Okay, so it cost me 1 gold piece for all those all those flasks.
Yeah. They'd be 5 silver. Or, okay, no, never mind. Yeah, you 1 gold. You're good. Because it's 2 copper per.
Yeah, it's 2 copper per, and I bought 50 of them.
Yeah, so you spend your gold piece miserly as you spend the majority of the day. Yeah, Lee, you also, in looking around, you don't find what you're looking for, unfortunately. You find a few decent weapon shops that sell very fine tools, and you see even they have some throwing darts, some senbon style, some things of that nature, but nothing magical per se. All right, May.
Yes. Not taking an interest in shopping and never actually being on a beach. May is going to walk down towards where about the water is
Mhm.
and crack her knuckles and start going at not exactly a sand castle, but trying to make like I don't know what kind of creation skills I have, so we'll have to see. But like a perfect, as near perfect replica in my eyes as I can of the first town where we all met in, like complete with one of
In
the
Port Kaze.
towers and stuff too,
Oh,
and employ the Kodama to try to help me.
I'm just going to give that one to you because that's adorable.
Like
Kodama.
if there's hot springs, I want to try to get little like pools of water in there, trying to just go.
You spend the vast majority of your afternoon and early evening building as pretty good a replica as you can remember of Port Kaze, including one little ray tower, the main street along the docks, a couple of the various buildings, including the inn you stayed at, and the Kodama. They don't move a whole lot of sand at a time, but there are a lot of them, and you are able to do so. You draw a small crowd in the late afternoon of children who are fascinated by what you're doing, and a few of them even turn and look and actually see the Kodama, and wide grins spread across their faces as they look, and then they point at, like, poke at a friend's shoulder and then point and then look back and the Kodama's gone, and then they're like looking around trying to see it.
May will engage with the kids as she sees them too. Like, if you want to dig a little bit right there, you could help me make this thing. And over here, there's and just kind of direct the kids around.
To anyone who's paying attention, May and about 13 children are building a sand city, and it is the cutest fucking thing. And to those of you who are now fairly attuned to the Kodama's presence, you see the Kodamas helping out here and there, or just standing on kids' heads and looking around. You see a couple of them in the shallows, just like lightly, like doing the like little toddler stomp in the water. They're like splash, 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 splash. The architect.
Architect wants to look around and see if he can find any alchemists.
Yeah, there is an alchemist shop here.
Let's go.
Okay.
After people do what they want to do.
All right. Ray?
Okay, so after grabbing her own stuff,
Mm-hmm.
she's going to do her best to send Zavis away.
Mm-hmm.
Just like point him at a bar or something and
Okay.
put a gold in his hand and go.
You're being
And
pushed into drinking, Zavis.
Fine, he'll take his bags, and I want to find something fancy to
Okay.
wear.
You're a great wife.
It will cost you about 20 gold, but you can find very fancy clothing for yourself.
and swimming in a swimsuit.
You find the fundoshi of your dreams.
Good.
and then
Good.
after I get rid of Zavis, I'm going to be buying souvenirs for everybody.
Okay.
And then I'll just do a roll to see how well I managed to
Okay.
gauge that.
Go ahead and just type up what it is you want found, and I will tell you what it costs later.
Yeah.
It's easy enough to do.
When I go to the bar, I want to get like 2 pina coladas and go find May on the beach.
You'd have 2 large coconut drinks. They're not frozen because that's not something that's really done here, but you find 2 large alcoholic drinks as you make your way out, and you see May just playing with children and it going very well, and a fairly good representation of Port Kaze coming along.
I need to have sunglasses now too.
That would not exist.
God damn it.
If they did, it would be extremely expensive.
I wish I had sunglasses. Just tinted glass, you know? I'm sure they have tinted glass.
But then,
We have an architect.
yeah, you would probably need architect for something along those lines.
You do not find them easily enough, unfortunately.
Damn, alright, that's fine.
You could employ architect to make you some, because he is an extremely capable artificer. You just would have to do that later. You did not run into him. He was too busy dealing with flasks and alchemy.
I'm just running around with arms full of flask.
Yeah. There's the Benny Hill theme playing in minor key as he makes his way from shop to shop.
On kazoo.
Yeah. Okay.
Circling back to your question about my potions, no, there is no limit. I just have to have the flask form, which I ran out.
All right. Yukio, you said you were going to wait until what time?
Just till the evening.
Okay. The day passes. You eventually, Hachi finds you and says that you guys will be hanging out at Sea Serpent's Cove, which is a very nice inn in the area. Beyond that, you spend kind of the afternoon just waiting, basically, and then evening begins to approach.
Okay, so I want to find a flower stand.
Easy enough.
And buy a small bouquet of flowers.
Okay. You find a small bouquet of delightful, kind of very faintly pink and white flowers.
Perfect. And then I want to head home.
Okay.
Are they for me?
As you follow the familiar paths through to the poorer, or the nicer, not the poorer, but the nicer area, you find yourself on the outside wall of a familiar manor. You don't go in the front doors. You never bother going in the front doors. You go around to the right-hand side, kind of traveling behind the bushes, retreading old paths that you've gone many times before. Eventually, you find the small break in the wall that is hidden by a large copse of trees. Basically, nobody knows this is here. And as you've gotten older, it's gotten harder to squeeze through, but you're still pretty lithe and not a very big man. So you gently slide the flowers through and lay them across your bouquet on the other side, and then twist yourself and shoehorn yourself through the little lift in the wall. And you find yourself in the garden of a lord's estate. And you see a familiar figure. A woman of middle age, early middle age. Her hair kind of brought and back and down around one shoulder, well braided. Couple of streaks of silver in it, but still very, very dark. She's slight of build, fairly small. Warm, open face, as she's currently just in a servant's yukata of simple, like black and white, and is currently tending to the garden near this far side of the wall.
I will just slowly walk up and kind of clear my throat quietly.
As you do that, you see her shoulders kind of perk up and her head lift, and you see that familiar warm smile as her head turns towards you and her eyes lock onto you.
I'll
And
approach and hand her the flowers while bowing at the same time.
she takes them and takes a deep breath. And then just reaches out and touches the side of your face.
It is good to see you, Mother.
It's good to see you too. You've been gone too long this time. I was worried.
Yes, well, I've found myself caught up in a bit of something.
I hope it's not too dangerous.
Oh, you don't need to worry.
That is a mother's duty. I will always worry for you.
Well, my business brought me back here, and I had to stop in.
Of course. I have the rest of the evening off after I finish with the garden. If you are you free to have dinner? Do you have time?
I have plenty of time.
Of course. After sunset, yeah, the old place, still living there. The master of the manor was able to, or willing to, remodel it a bit. It has been improved greatly. No more leaks. She smiles.
Oh, glad to hear that.
Of course. And she just kind of gives you a big hug and squeezes your ribs, and then makes a comment about how thin you've gotten, and that you need to eat more.
You always
And
say that.
she makes a quip about wishing that you were still working in that kitchen. You were approaching round back then, she says, when really that wasn't the case. But
You and I seem to remember that very differently.
But she gives you a little kiss on the cheek and another big hug, and then looks over her shoulder kind of nervously. It says, probably is best that we not linger.
Of course, I will be back tonight.
And she bows and then takes the flowers and kind of tucks them behind a bench where they're very hard to see. Clearly going to be coming back for them later.
And then I'll worm my way out and rejoin the party for now.
Each of you, after a time, find your way back to the Sea Serpent's Cove. May, your castle city, your portside town turned out, or your sand castle city turned out fantastic, and the kids were all super excited. Yes.
I would like to add that when brought a pina colada, I decided that I loved them and probably had too many.
Okay. May's a little drunk, as she has been a
Helping
few
her
times.
Get back home.
Yeah.
Just
She's
Glores
taller than you,
over the-
Zavis, but she's got one arm kind of slung around you, and you are easily enough you're able to keep her upright as you're just kind of just walking through the streets as she's happily kind of listing side to side.
Are coconuts always this sweet?
oh yeah, they're pretty great.
Do they come like this naturally?
No, there's some alcohol in there too, but we can maybe get you some coconuts tomorrow.
I would like that.
Okay.
No, Lee stayed out. I've got something. Whenever there's time.
Yeah. All right. There would be time now if you were staying out.
Yeah. So he was kind of just like creeping on the beach,
Mhm.
staying hidden.
Are you creeping on people on the beach?
Creeping on the beach. Doot, 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 doot. Creeping on the beach.
Creeping on the
The
beach.
beach?
Oh god.
Yeah. After they left the sand village,
Mhm.
Lee's going to go up to the sand village and cast minor illusion over and over again, playing our meeting with the goddess in front of the shrine, like acting it out in a small minor illusion.
Mhm.
And Lee is just playing that scene over and over and over and thinking about every word and just trying to piece it all together in his head because they're not quite sure anymore.
Okay. It is late when everybody walked away, so the sun was setting, but there was still enough light to see this. And as you kind of spend the last few hours, or the last like hour or two of sunset, just playing this scene over and over in your head, just kind of squatted down in front of it, just casting the illusion. It's a minor illusion, so it kind of comes in stills. Every time you cast it, it's just another still frame of this meeting, and you just keep rolling over everything that was said that you can remember to the best of your ability again and again and again. You make it a clearer image of Ieyasu's face, and just do it several times, looking as if you could possibly find something to indicate whether he was real or false. And you're just not sure. And at that point, we're going to go ahead and take a break. So we'll be back in about 15-20 minutes, guys. We appreciate it. Stick with us, and we'll be right back. Hi, everybody. We're back. So, where we last left off, the party had been doing their various afternoon and evening things, and are all making their way back to the Sea Serpent's Cove. I would say, Yukio, unless you are heading there, did you plan on stopping by the Sea Serpent's Cove or no?
I guess maybe? I don't know, really.
It's up to you, whatever you wanted to do for the evening.
I mean, it depends on, like, what time everybody decides to go back versus what time, like...
It would be, everybody reconvenes shortly after sunset, so...
And then, like, how far away from me going to have
your,
dinner would that be?
Your mother's home is not too far.
Oh, I meant time-wise, sorry. How much later?
Oh, I mean, I can go as late as everybody wants, but...
Oh, I meant in-game.
Oh. Well, your dinner was supposed to be just after sunset, so...
Okay, so then if we are, like, going in at about that time, then I would just go to dinner.
Okay. So, the rest of you reconvene. Yukio is strangely absent, but that's not the oddest thing. Lee also does not make his way in until much later, if at all. It's entirely up to you, Lee. But yes, May, Cirrus, Ray, Zavis, and, yes, Architect.
I had went to that alchemist.
Yes.
And past that.
What were you wanting?
Any of the weird shit he's got. Like alchemical fire, or alchemist fire, and anything like that he may have.
Let me think. Interesting. I don't know that there's anything for that in the game rules that I'm aware of or remember. Tools. I would say... Alchemist's supplies.
Probably just be weird, any weird potions.
No potions really. There's not a lot of demand for potions and the like in this particularly idyllic area. You find several youth tonics, things that are supposed to keep one hale and hearty. But beyond that, outside of you being a keen alchemist, understand that this is a little more than rudimentary, put in very shiny glass vials. But they do have a decent amount of materials you could make some fun things out of, but...
Alright, I'll just buy basic supplies then and move on with me day.
Yeah, sorry, this is unfortunately not the spot where that would be prolific.
You did find fancy clothes, though.
Yes.
I had a disguise.
This is essentially the Florida of Tairiku. It's a retirement area. It's where old rich people go to spend the rest of their days in the sun and the sand. But yes, you guys find yourselves in the Sea Serpent's Cove. Is there anything you would like to do as the lot of you? Ray, you see your companions, minus Yukio and Lee, present and accounted for.
Let me make a roll.
Okay.
Gotta see whether or not she can hold back the excitement. No. So she comes in. She's got a bunch of like different like parcels hung over in like a bag around her back. She kind of looks around and goes, where's Yukio? Where's Lee? I thought we were all going to. Well, I suppose it's not that unusual. But wait, yes. Anyway, whoomp. If you guys have a table or something, she'll just like heft it onto the table.
Yeah, there's this pretty sizable, sturdy wooden table to throw things onto there.
And a bunch of crap just kind of like pours out, and she like starts pawing through it and tosses one parcel over at May, one at Zavis, one at Architect, and then one at Hachi if he's around. And then she grabs the other two and like scoops them back up and ties it.
Okay.
What is this?
Oh, shut up and just open it.
It open?
Is this? It's a gift. May.
Open the damn present.
Alright.
I haven't gotten anything wrapped in.
You tear off the paper, open the box like this. Watch me, and I'll.
Zavis opens his gift.
You get a lump of coal and then a nice bottle of plum wine.
I deserved this. And
That's a pretty rock.
he like digs a claw and corks open the wine and just.
Okay.
Okay. May opens hers.
It's like a small. It's like about the size of a charm, but it's a little stuffed kadama.
That's adorable.
This is so cute. I'll put it on. May will put it on her shoulder.
Attach it to your staff like a cell phone charm.
Yes.
All right.
This is amazing. Thank you.
Absolutely, Architect. Come on.
I'm going to cast Enlarge on the box. I just want a bigger box to open.
Okay. Like Christmas morning.
Yes. And then I'm gonna pull out. Do I have a weapon of any sort?
Yeah. I mean, you spent the better part of like 4 hours turning a stick into a facsimile of the giant Orochi Fang sword.
I forgot about that.
So
I have a lot of stuff, so I forget what I have sometimes.
we presume that you procure a pocket knife or dagger of some kind.
I'm gonna pull out the big wooden sword and go, yeah, and slice the top of it.
Well, considering it's an unsharpened wooden sword, you smack it against the top of the package.
Inside are a bunch of like little decorative bags, like nice little embroidered bags and stuff. And then if you pop them open, there's a whole bunch of like multicolored hard candies of like a bunch of different flavors.
I'm gonna crawl inside the box to find these items.
You are now in a very large box, and you are surrounded by multicolored hard candies.
So it's like all of those like weird ones, like melon and plum and, you know, all that shit.
So, while I'm inside the box, I'm gonna find this candy. I'm excited. So, as I go to eat the candy, I'm gonna assume that I forget to hold concentration.
Yeah, and so the box wraps around you, and you're like, "Ugh!"
I'm just laughing at him.
Basically just like, alright.
And then Hachi has one too.
Hachi quickly unwraps his gift and pulls it out, and his eyes just go wide.
Just a nice, solid bound journal.
I appreciate this a lot, thank you.
I remembered I remember you kept logs, so
I do.
I was hoping it's something you liked.
I'll use this as my new recipe book. Thank you.
That's gonna be worth its weight in gold.
All
And the
right.
other two will just have to wait until they show up.
Lee,
Or we could open their gifts for them.
you've been sitting here on this beach, replaying this over and over and over. Continually doing this. The sun has set at this point, and it is pretty much dark, and you're at the point where you really can't see, comfortably anyways, this little sand facsimile. And it just keeps irking you. If Ieyasu could not come back because his essence was scattered, there are very few options that would make this possible. Either some grand and powerful force managed to recollect him one last time, which seems, I mean, you're no mage, you don't understand what it would take to even do that, but the prospect is daunting from what you do know of magic. Or someone has set you on this path. And you remember that as you've kind of described it and sussed out amongst yourselves, all of your companions had the same dream. The dream of a woman calling you to the city, the goddess calling you to Port Kaze. And you're just confused by it. The spread of individuals, how different each of you are, how basically none of you had any real relation to one another whatsoever. You were spread across a continent, multiple continents. It just doesn't sit right with you. But it is dark. And at this point, there's not much left to do unless you want to just continue to cast your spell.
Nah, I'll head back.
Alright, you eventually make your way back and through a little bit of sleuthing find your companions in the Sea Serpent's Rest, or Sea Serpent's Cove.
How late is this at this point? Is Ray passed out?
No, you're still up.
drunk?
It's not
I
that
sneak in
late.
through a window if there is one.
Yep, there's a window. You're able to make your way into a room.
Oh man, we don't get to see him. Oh well.
Yukio,
Yes.
you make your way to the old abode. The small 2-room home that was yours growing up. Your mother is there. She's already got dinner cooking. It's a simple fare. Just some grilled fish with a little bit of rice and some steamed vegetables. But her cooking is good. She was always adamant about keeping a good, healthy amount of spices available. Because even simple food can be fit for kings if it's cooked correctly. Warm smell kind of wafting in as you open the front door. Memories kind of washing over you as you step in.
Smells wonderful.
She kind of perks up and, Yukio, good. I'm glad you're here. So, tell me, what of your adventures? I've not seen you in a while, unfortunately.
Yes, well, I traveled to Port Kaze over in Nakon. And from there, I have kind of made my way just around, and I went through Matsu province and Yamamoto, and
Sounds like
it's been quite a journey.
you've been traveling a lot.
Yes, I've met a few companions, though, so I haven't been alone.
She kind of perks up at this, a smile crossing her face.
My boy's got friends.
Has my Yuki made friends?
Yes, Mother, I've made friends.
Good. I always knew you would. You're a very good boy. Even if you put on a sour face.
I'll just like try my hardest to not be smiling as hard as I am.
She begins dishing up food and pours out just a simple, very light wine, like a little light sake and water. I've been traveling. Have you been working?
Only in Nagon. I've kind of been on a different quest, I suppose you could call it.
Quest has a weight to it. What do you mean?
Well, it's sort of become unclear as of late, but my friends and I, we've all been tasked with ridding the world of the pieces of Orochi.
She just kind of stops.
I was hoping to not tell you, but when you ask me outright, I can't just lie.
I can lie.
I don't understand that Orochi has been dead and gone for what, 2 millennia? So the scholars say. What do you mean ridding the world of his pieces? Wait, there are pieces left?
Yes, he's been dead in a sense. Apparently, he was so powerful that when he was slain, he could not be truly killed and had to be dismembered and sealed across the land. With recent events, I'm sure you've heard of the Emperor's fate.
And she kind of mutters like a small prayer under her breath at that mention. Yes, I have.
The seal is set to break, and so we have been destroying his pieces.
Is this something to do with the clan you work for?
No, actually.
No.
Not as far as I know, anyway.
I don't know what to say other than I want you to stay here. I'm sure you can't, or that you won't, but I still have to say it.
Yes, and now I know you'll worry even more than you already do.
That's not a war against a lord or even a mighty demon of the forest. That's
Speaking of,
oh no, don't.
it's actually a bit amusing. You know the demon of the forest. Well, we killed him.
She just kind of sits quietly and shot of sake, grabs the carafe, shot of sake, pours, shot of sake.
You know, Mother, I am quite strong. And my friends, well, they're quite strong too.
Forgive me, that's just a lot. Ark, you've had your hand up for a while.
Sorry, when he said we killed the demon, Ark's going to glare at Zavis and go,
You're not there.
You're not there.
"Oh, we're not there?"
No!
Oh, nobody
No.
else is here.
No.
It's just me.
Oh, dude!
That was the whole point. He was having dinner with his mom.
I thought we all went to dinner with your mom. Well, that's...
Ark wanted to chat up your mom, so don't ever let him meet your mom.
I was so excited.
Sorry about it.
Carry on with your mother.
Okay.
We are not the kind of
Have been
homes.
shattered.
We are not the kind of friends you bring home to mom.
That's
I
true.
am.
Well, I don't think I could sneak all of you in here even if I wanted to, so, you know.
Yeah. She just is kind of flabbergasted. But Orochi, Admittedly, I only know legends, of course, as most people do, but that's end of the world levels of bad.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Which is why I can't stay.
You can see just a worry begin to creep into her face. Her eyes get just the tiniest bit watery. She's like, that's really, really scary. I know you are a strong warrior, clearly. I look at you and I can almost barely recognize the boy. But still, you're my son and I'm very scared for you.
I'll be careful. As I can be.
If it comes down to a choice of just living or dying, please choose live. Don't throw yourself into the abyss.
I'll just sigh. I'm not sure I could put myself before the world, Mother.
I could put you before the world.
And you do.
It's probably why I'm not the one to be doing this, amongst many other reasons. I mean, look at me, I'm getting older by the day.
Please. You look wonderful.
Eat your dinner. Let's not talk of this anymore. I know you're probably going to be gone come morning.
He'll just nod slowly.
She kind of waves her hand through the air as if kind of waving off the bad energy, and sits you down proper, serves up more food, and then just begins talking to you endlessly about the recent weeks, all the chatter in the mansion, and the gossip, the juicy tidbits here and there, and just spends the evening.
I'll inquire about my siblings and see how they're doing.
She'll answer and express their varying levels of usefulness and uselessness and all of that jazz. But you spend the remainder of your evening as late as you would like until she is relatively thoroughly drunk and just kind of curled up on her cot.
To the point where she needs to get to bed and I'll stay.
She does the mom's trying to stay up and hang out with the kids, but she's fallen asleep.
And when she gets there, I'll encourage her to call it a night and kind of help her to the door and
you tuck her in, and then it is close to midnight, but you know where you're supposed to go to meet your companions.
All right, and I will head back to the inn that I, in character, remember the name of.
Yes, Sea Serpent's Cove, that I have to continue to remind myself of. All right. The rest of the evening passes, unless there's anything that anybody else would like to do.
Nope, morning stuff.
Morning comes. Ray, your two presents that are remaining are in your bag, and you are waiting anxiously for your companions to make their way down the stairs.
I didn't drink last night because I wanted to do this.
And then
you wanted to be up before other people.
eventually, Yukio and Lee make their way down, along with the rest of your companions. You two see Ray just waiting, ears perked up.
There's no escape.
Do you actually say that in character?
Yes.
Good morning, Ray.
Grabs the bag, slams it on the table, pries it open, takes out 2 parcels, and chucks one at each of you.
I'll just catch it and kind of look at you quizzically and unwrap it.
You have a novelty portable tea kettle, kind of like in the shape and style of a watering can.
Thank you.
It, well, do you remember when you were helping everybody with chores back at the village where we destroyed the fangs?
Yes.
Thank you very much for that. It was an important lesson that
You're welcome.
hopefully hopefully you find some use for it. And she kind of ducks down.
Okay. Lee.
I shake mine.
It rattles. You hear something bouncing around the interior of this box.
Can I roll an investigation check to guess what's in it?
Sure.
Just for fun.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that'd also be perception.
Either
I
or.
guess so. So 20 investigation or 22 perception.
It seems like it might be a few things. One is small and very hard. It almost sounds like a stone or something like that. It seems very dense, bouncing around in the interior. There are a couple of other things. You hear the faint clicking of, like, stone against glass. You're not exactly sure.
I'm gonna guess a whetstone, and then I open the package.
There is.
It's a novelty sharpening kit. So whetstone, cloth, etc., etc.
Little glass vials with oil.
Little glass vial.
Themed.
Are there still little glass vials with oil?
I mean, he didn't like. It was like. Did it.
I nailed it. Okay. And I take out my old whetstone and just like toss it out the window.
You
Thanks,
hear
Ray.
ding! Oh!
I was waiting for that.
Ray blushes at that, just like, I did something good.
Honey, you're muted.
Saying I instinctually look around for Hachi when I hear the.
Hachi's currently sipping a very large bit of broth and is writing in his new cookbook.
Wasn't one of us.
Out of character, I'm not sure what gift you could have gotten Yukio to get like a different reaction. So
Yes, architect.
So Yukio's back. Are
Yep.
we aware that this is a familiar area to Yukio?
He said he wanted to stop in Don's Beach, but I mean, you can make an insight check.
Ark probably would have noticed that he
Yeah.
seems more at peace here than
Yeah.
he had the entire time.
Yukio seemed to know his way around. I would say you would notice. You would have noticed. And then he was distinctly absent until after midnight last night.
Okay. Ark's gonna stand up from the gift giving, teary-eyed, because this is emotional AF. And he's gonna point at Yukio and be like, I need you real quick. We need to go into town.
Okay. Oh, gosh. Can't even get breakfast. Alright.
As you walk by, Hachi just lifts a bowl of something steaming and delicious and is just sipping his broth as you...
Hachi, you're amazing. Thank you.
Don't I know it? Alright. Ark, Yukio, you make your way out.
Ark is heading into the town to see if he can find any of the items that I DM'd to you.
Shit.
Are you, like, employing me for assistance in locating these things?
Yes.
Okay.
Because if you know your way around, it'll speed up this process.
Fair enough.
If there even is any of this bunch of pumpkins here.
Oh, Lord. No?
Love the reaction.
Unfortunately not. This is Again, this is a retirement place, so
All
you could
people
probably
don't
find
like
item
Israel?
3. You could find item 3. And maybe item 5.
Okay, item 5 is better.
Okay.
I mean, I'll still pick up item 3 if I come across it.
You can find item 3 and then item 5 as well, with Yukio's help. But
Okay, so I'll buy just like a small sack of item 3 as we come across it.
alright.
So what is he buying?
What are you buying, Architect?
Ash Blossom is the first
What are
one.
you buying?
Okay.
And as for the giant fingernails,
They would be Oni fingernails. Oni nails.
okay, so is that a flavor change?
Yes.
Okay, so from there is 5 types. So I would need to know which type I'm coming across. Hill, frost, stone, fire, cloud, or storm.
You find hill and stone.
Okay. I will attempt to purchase. Well, it depends on how much they have and how much they cost.
You find 4 hill and 4 stone. And they are going to cost you 50 gold apiece.
So Yukio.
Yes?
You want a spot? Wait, how much is that? Let me
400
do
gold.
math. So there's 8 altogether.
8 altogether, that'd be 400 gold.
Nah, screw it. That's a drop in the well. Yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll go ahead and buy those.
You
And then I might-
acquire 8 Oni's nails of 2 different types.
I assume these are for your potions.
Yeah, I'm gonna get real weird.
When are you not?
It's a fucking threat.
You know what? Once I finish these, I'll remember you said that.
I'm not here.
Not you.
Okay.
So
I mean, I didn't say it was bad.
I probably won't even need as many as I have now. I'll never run out because the potion requires a sliver of a nail.
Okay.
All right. Let's head back because I have no idea where I am.
He did ask your assistance in pointing him towards the correct shop, so you spent the better part of the morning kind of like going, okay, I think we can find this over here. As you kind of go from spot to spot.
Just leading him around town.
Yep.
Eating my breakfast.
Yep. Alright, but you guys are gathered. And the day is yours.
I gotta
So
be careful
we're-
about using this inside. This thing could be flint and tinder.
Ching, ching.
So, since we're here, I think we can take a day just to go hang out on the beach, right?
Unfortunately, I need to be leaving as quickly as possible.
We can take, like 2 hours to go hang out at the beach, right? Because you're gonna make me get on a boat again, and it was really traumatic, and I hate boats.
Well,
So,
first of all, we're not getting on a boat again. Second of all,
Oh,
didn't you
no.
do that
Thank
yesterday?
Wait, why aren't we getting on a boat again?
we're not.
What?
I was mistaken.
I like my boat.
Well, why
I thought
don't
you
we
played on the
just...
beach yesterday.
Only I was busy shopping and a little bit on the beach, but I want us all to go to the beach.
We can drink
Who
more
wants-
pina coladas.
We can drink more pina coladas.
That.
I suppose an hour couldn't hurt.
Okay, good. And Davis just starts stripping down to his bathing suit, which is already under his clothes.
So he has a white fundoshi with a golden silk dragon across it, which it would be just a long strip of cloth with a golden silk dragon. Right now he looks like he's got a golden diaper on. Because it's the fundoshi, the primary wrap.
Thomas, what are you wearing?
My best bathing suit, and he poses.
He cuts quite an impressive figure. Bulge and all.
I tickle his knee pit with my tail.
He visibly recoils and
Oh, sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, I love it.
I don't know how I feel about. Yeah. Okay, swimsuits. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh, buy one of those.
Yes, architect.
Ark's gonna take off his current clothes, and underneath his current clothes is the exact same thing he's wearing on the outside.
Yep. Of course it would
Yukio
be.
conveniently has plain black swimming trunks in his pouch.
Yeah.
Okay. May, what would be something you would swim in?
Water.
I've lived in a forest shrine my whole life. There wasn't a whole lot of swimming.
Okay. Who needs a swimsuit? I'm sure we could run by the shop before we go to the beach.
Sometimes there were big puddles and I'd kind of wade in, but I didn't have a suit for that.
All right. Let's go get a swimsuit. Ray, where are those clothing stores again? We need to get swimsuits.
She just points.
Easily enough, you guys are able to acquire clothing that you would swim in.
Yukio is as strict as possible about the 1 hour on the beach.
Yeah. And you get your hour-long beach episode.
Good.
Flash
I want
2.
to at some point pick up Ark and throw him into the ocean.
Yeah. Which is not difficult considering your size. You're able to just yeet!
Who else was thrown?
But then, like a dolphin, he just starts, like, whoosh, whoosh, whoosh,
Yeah.
going across.
I was
Yes?
gonna say, like mid-air, he's gonna be like, and pull his hood on.
Yeah. He's doing that thing where the dolphin's, like, up in the water and, like, swimming backwards. With just the kick.
kind of just hanging out, just being there around everyone.
Being cool.
I'm gonna look at Yukio and I'm gonna grapple him.
Oh.
Drag him into the water.
Architect.
You're gonna throw me into the water?
Yes.
So I'll let Zavis throw me, but then just stand on top of the water defiantly.
He's gonna crack his knuckles and then he's gonna try and tackle you into the water.
I'm just gonna run away, like not let him catch me, because I'm
Yep.
probably faster, right?
Yep. So there's a whole scene of Zavis,
Wait a minute,
like
wait a
Yukio just lightly running across the, like it's Yukio going, and then Zavis just spray up on either side.
Hold on, I want Yukio to make a wisdom save. I want to cast command on him.
Oh my gosh. Oh, fine.
Also, at some point, Zavis asks the architect about sunglasses.
Damn it! I tried.
I'm sure Zavis at some point asks architect to produce sunglasses for him.
Oh yeah, good. Okay, so architect, I have this idea. Am I being led? Yeah. So I need you to make me something, Ark. It's glasses, but with tinted glass. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay, like stained glass glasses. Like glasses on your face, but the actual glass part is like tinted black. But you can still see through it.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna swim back up on shore to Zavis, and I'm gonna be like, all right, let me see what I have, and I'm gonna hand him my bag of holding, and be like, here, hold this, and I'm gonna crawl inside of it.
He's just gonna kind of
I
look
wasn't
inside of
expecting
it,
that.
like.
Yeah, the weight doesn't ever change. Like, when he's on the lip of it, it gets a little heavier, and then he falls in, and it's just the same weight it was.
Alright, so let's see, what kind of stuff do I have? A lot of random stuff, so
While you're looking, May, you had your hand up?
I was just gonna, I was considering casting Dispel Magic on Yukio's water walking.
Doable.
I'll let it go now that Zavis is distracted.
Okay.
I thought about it, I was like, that would be hurting people. Kind of.
I just picture the architect as essentially like an old-timey Mickey Mouse with just the bullshit devil magic of cartoon logic.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, I'm going to pop out with my thieves tools
Mm-hmm.
and my tinkerer's tools,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to take out 2 lockpicks
Mm-hmm.
because of their shape. I'm gonna set them to the side, and I'm gonna scoop up 2 things of glass and tell Zavis, "Hey, I need you to melt these."
Okay, stand back. And then he just breathes fire on them.
Okay.
So now I have 2 chunks of glass.
Okay.
I most likely have to shave down.
I hope other people are like...
Make a tinkering check for me. It'll be a d20 plus your proficiency plus your dexterity modifier.
So it's a d20 plus 4.
Once Zavis stops chasing him, Yukio will just kind of like shrug and then walk back to the beach and continue just kind of standing there watching everyone doing what they're doing.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and flash myself for a 19.
19. It takes you the better part of the hour, but you're able to kind of whittle down some rudimentary shapes. The glass is not dark. You didn't put any material in to like make a dark tint. So they've kind of got like a yellow hue to them. But you're skilled enough, you're able to shape them into a pair of kind of like round yellow spectacles with these thin iron frames.
So from there, I'm gonna say, hold this, and hand him my bag again, and hop back in it, and pop out with my calligraphy set. And I'm going to grab a couple things of ink from it, blue or black. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put ink on the lenses and wipe them off right away, and then ink on and wipe them off.
To try and stain them?
Yeah.
All right. That can be done on the road. It'll take the rest of the day to really do, but it's something you can kind of just do while you're moving. But yeah, you can eventually make rudimentary sunglasses for Zavis.
Okay. Hey, Yukio, you want to race?
We might have lost him.
Cameron frozen?
Yep. Come.
Sometimes he sits so still it's hard to tell.
Yeah, I can't tell if he's
I'm
frozen
back.
or it's resting Cameron face.
No,
Nope,
pretty
he's
sure
frozen.
he's gone. They got him.
Yep. The demons.
I love that
I'm
that
just
makes
getting
Mandy
people in the
laugh every
background
single
moving.
time.
Fucking host over here.
Wait, who's faster, Yukio or Lee?
Lee, I think.
Cirrus.
I think
Sirius is the fastest of the lot of you, yes. But,
Is he the fastest of the lot of us in water?
nah, well, no. Well,
Can he run on water like the other ones?
yeah.
not perpetually, right? Just like
Back.
during a movement.
Yeah, I could say he can run over water.
Well, she's
Or yeah, she.
isn't she?
She's an air genasi.
Genasi. Oh, okay.
So,
I want to race somebody.
okay. Yeah, and Cameron, your camera is, of course, dead at the moment.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Yeah, no worries.
What's
Alright.
the word I'm looking for? I
Troubleshooting.
can't think of the word I'm looking for, but I'm dealing with a number of things that are popping up as my computer's starting.
Yeah,
And
troubleshooting.
Firefox updated, so I had to kill like 3 tabs.
Yeah, no worries. Alright. You guys are able to enjoy the remainder of your fun hour on the beach. It pushes past an hour, but despite Yukio's protestations, there's only so much you can do to move the Zavis, the implacable.
I wanted to have a day on the beach, god damn it.
Inevitably, everybody redresses and begins doing what?
I'm going to suggest we just head to the River of Clouds, since that's kind of why we're here.
Yeah? I suppose we can pack up and continue on.
And as soon as I'm able to, like once there's suitable terrain around, I want to call another hawk and send a message to Mizutani and just say that I'm setting off from Dawn's Beach. I'm bringing guests.
Okay. You speak your message, and the hawk leaves. Eventually, I take it you do this, or do you do this near people, or do you deliberately walk off to do that?
I'll just do it near people. Like, it's
Okay.
not like I have much to hide at this point.
After you do that, eventually Hachi kind of walks up next to you as you guys are kind of gathering your stuff and getting the cart ready, and he goes, "So, what's that all about?"
What, the hawk?
I mean, yes.
Who are we visiting?
It's a messenger.
I figured that much was apparent. I was more implying, who are we talking to?
Well, I'm talking to an ally of mine. I have business that I need to attend to in the river, you see, and I suspect we would need to go there anyway to find out where the piece is hidden, so...
Alright, so we're wandering half-blind into a mist-filled series of spiring rock.
I believe I said back on the Genseiyama that I could lead us through here, did I not?
You did. Forgive me if my faith is not 100%, considering the places we've been so far.
Hachi, out of everybody here, I would... Yukio ranks among the top in terms of confidence, I would say.
I'm offended by that.
I kind of am.
Zavis, I wouldn't trust you to go to the bathroom.
You said confidence. I have a lot of confidence in myself.
No, said competent.
Oh, lords. Yes, okay, fine. If for any reason you need me to leave the cart, the answer is no. Shall we?
And,
What if it comes on fire?
He just kind of grunts your direction.
Wondering.
And, I'll start leading us through the river to my base? I don't know what to call it.
Well, castle would be the right word.
Castle, okay. To my castle.
As you guys
Whatever that entails.
travel outside of Don's Beach, the town proper, you begin heading inland towards the River of Clouds. As you approach, you see the landscape kind of divides and raises up to either side of you to create this pathway into these giant spikes of stone covered in grasses and trees. And it is eerie as you see that ever-roiling mist just kind of hangs around the exterior of these. And as you get closer, as soon as you kind of step in, you immediately feel this cool air pass over you. The temperature is dramatically different from this sunny beachside scene to now a very cool, almost ethereal space.
This is a pretty spooky change of scenery.
Be sure you don't wander off. It could end badly.
Lovely.
Oh,
Will turn on his heels as he was about to wander off.
I will grab the nape of Art.
Just like grab his... Fall back.
Grab his head and turn him the other direction as he steps and pivots on one foot.
Preemptive healing. Stop.
Very curious. Ray is going to wait for a little while in traveling, and then when she gets bored of not being able to see shit, she will cast True Seeing.
Alright. Interesting. You guys, how long does that last?
1 hour.
Okay. So as you travel, for the hour that you see rocky crags all around you with this thick, lush greenery that kind of wraps around the majority of it. You, using True Sight, can see as you look from side to side down these various branching paths and whatnot, looking around, you see just how dangerous this landscape can be. You see pitfalls that drop deep into the earth, just off of a beaten path. If you rounded the corner and were walking, you would take 3 steps, miss your 4th, and tumble to your death. You see thick, flowing, like rushes of water, like little like rivers and rivulets of fast-moving water that you can't hear. You can see them clearly, but something about the mist keeps the sound in here damp, as if it's muffled in some fashion. You know, to your normal eyes, if an ally walks more than 15 feet away from you, they start to disappear into the mist. You understand why this place is so frightening and mysterious. It's just damned easy to get lost and get hurt here.
Anything in the ethereal plane?
No, nothing in the ethereal plane as you're looking around.
Just a lot of mist.
Yeah. She's going to get closer and closer to probably May, as she continues to realize that, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
Something got you spooked?
I really shouldn't have. I should have just trusted Yukio, but should have just trusted Yukio.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'll keep you safe.
I know.
Architect.
How long have we been traveling since we left the beach?
Well, since you left the beach, it took you about 2 hours or so of overland travel to get to the river, or the River of Clouds, and then you've been traveling in it for about half an hour.
Okay, so it's not a days long thing. Okay.
No, yeah, it's not like super, super far away. Dawn's Beach is actually very close.
I have to keep track of days when I'm working on these bigger potions.
Okay. Yukio,
Yes.
your companions have been traveling for about 45 minutes or so. You know it's another hour's walk or so until the first marker. The only indication of the safe path. But you've tread this many, many times. As you continue forward, you get a small bristling in the back of your neck. You take one more hesitant step, another, and a third step, and all is dark. To all of your eyes, except for you, Ray, Yukio steps into the mist and is gone. Ray, you see Yukio step forward and then the color fade from him. And you see out of this mist, a figure seems to kind of coalesce. Not apparate as in like it appears, but as if coming from the folds of the mist themselves, a figure moves forward out of them, kind of into the space. Yukio, around you all is dark. A familiar dark. And as you step forward into this black space, you feel that chill set into you again, and you stop. Everything, your breathing, no motion. And you see, unfurling out of this darkness in front of you, a familiar robed figure, cloaked. The steps, you see just the faintest impression of the lower part of a face. And you recognize the entity that is Natsuki.
Does it say anything?
It stops, and it seems to be staring at you very intently.
Yes. Did you need something from me?
You hear the figure exhale. You see kind of gray mist roll out of its mouth. It seems that you have yet to develop an appetite. You let a mighty spirit of war free. You did not not slake the hunger.
I will not be tempted by you.
The mist kind of roils out more heavily in this kind of like shuddering movement that you realize is laughter, but you can't hear it, which is upsetting.
Of course, everything is.
And the voice kind of echoes back in and says, well, aren't you a brave one? I guess you don't need my warning then. And then the darkness disappears. And you find yourself again in the mists. The rest of you just see the mist move around, and then Yukio's just there again. He was only gone for about 15 seconds.
Oh, thank God.
Well, that was ominous.
Where did you go?
It's the long story. Yukio definitely looks irritated.
And it was a short
Anyone
disappearance.
notices?
How much of this does Ray see?
You saw a figure appear as it moved forward. Here's the funny thing. You actually see more than Yukio saw at this point. You saw a cloaked figure move forward, and about 15 or so feet behind it, floating perfectly erect, was what looked to be Yukio's sword. Just straight up and down. About 15 feet behind the thing. And yet... So you know in those movies, like, for example, The Mummy, when they have a scene where a scarab is crawling underneath somebody's skin?
Nope.
You saw those kind of movements moving up and down the blade, as if there was something underneath it, or within it, that was moving. This kind of like twisting, lashing, skittering.
I hate it.
And you didn't hear any conversation, but you saw this. You saw the staccato laughter, the mist coming out. And then Yukio is back.
Keep it to myself for now.
Are you okay?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm
ship
beginning to grow
moving-
a bit worried, though, so we should hurry.
I like that.
Yep,
When
alright.
Yukio says that, when Yukio says that, Ray just like gets up behind him and starts pushing him forward.
Okay.
Please don't do that.
Right, the pitfalls.
Alright. You continue on for a little while longer. Ray, your true sight does fade. And you almost welcome it. you welcome the thick gray veil of ignorance is like a nice blanket.
Yep. Just gonna like cling to May's leg the entire time, like big person who heals.
The large columns of stone that you've been traveling through begin to grow more sparse as your journey through the mists brings you to a small riverside path. There are small patches of bamboo and reeds that dot the riverside. Traveling upstream leads you to a rocky upward path. Yukio, you recognize this as the first marker, the road.
I'll go ahead and make sure we have everyone all collected and, nobody's wandered off like an idiot.
Yeah.
Right.
Everybody is thankfully accounted for.
Okay. And I will take us up the path. The
Okay.
road, as it were. Does anything seem off? Because, I'm kind of getting worried about what might be happening at the castle right now.
Make a perception check.
Perception. That's a 22.
Okay. You begin to move forward on the path, and there's just something that catches the corner of your eye. The river is to your left. As you begin moving forward, you get probably about 50 or so feet up this path, and it immediately hits you. You go, shit, this is an ambush. And as your head turns, you see several of the reeds that were in the water burst upward. And I need everybody to roll initiative.
Oh boy.
And if it matters, I can't be surprised.
Which is why.
10.
Okay. Let me get let me get some music going. Exciting stuff.
Actually, any of us within 30 feet can't be surprised.
Yeah.
I forgot
So
that it extends to my
fortunate for you.
We still get to combat, but we don't get a surprise round thrown on our face.
Yes.
Yeah, that could have been bad.
Yeah.
Would have been very bad.
Nah, it'd have been fine.
Okay.
Eric, you and I hold the record for like dying the most. I don't know how fine it would have been.
Yeah, but we also hold the record for healing the most.
It's true. That's why we gotta stay alive. One winged angel.
All right.
What was that?
So, a little harder probably to see on the battle map, but for you guys, bursting out of the water, and I'm going to say it because it's funny, 8 ninja-like figures, all with reeds, as probably breathing tubes, burst out of the water.
Snorkels.
Yep, the reed
I love
snorkel.
it.
They're ninjas, man.
I want to die, but I love it.
What direction were we traveling? So
You would have made your way in, and we're going. This map is oriented up, but you were heading west, west by northwest.
Way on the map, up or down?
Up is west.
Okay, so then I would have been up at the front here.
Yeah, go ahead and arrange yourselves.
Why can't I?
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't
can't
have control over my
Yu-Gi-Oh.
icon. Yeah, I don't have control
I
either. Sorry.
ironically do.
Wow. Must be nice.
Yeah, I don't either.
I have to go.
I usually don't.
It's
I'm
fine.
fine.
I will.
I'm adding you, Rob.
I've got it. I tried a new thing that Cameron told me about, and it's done fucked me up here.
Oh, sorry.
It's alright. Instead of copy-pasting the tokens, I tried just dragging and dropping, but for whatever reason I don't have them.
Oh, so see, I have to drag and drop.
Oh.
Like, if I drag and drop Yukio, I can control and move this Yukio.
Alright, well then you keep that Yukio and I'll get rid of this Yukio.
Alright, so I would have been, like, up here in front.
Yeah. Alright, Ark, you should have control over yours.
I was
May.
in the center.
You will get control over yours.
Oh, I need to be re-added to the turn order, though, because this new token wasn't
Where would I stand?
a thing
Probably
when
up
it was
front.
generated. Donka.
Alright.
Well, yeah. It depends on where we were traveling. I'm bouncing
Alright.
around like a mad
Does
dog.
everybody got their stuff?
Yeah.
Alright. So, let me get my encounter info up.
So are these, like, Mistwalkers?
You recognize them immediately as Mistwalkers.
Can I yell at them before combat starts? or-
Nope.
Okay.
You can yell at them on your turn. Alright.
Fair enough. I mean, I have a really high initiative, so...
You probably will get to.
Alright.
So,
Yell at them on your own turn.
Yeah. I need a smash.
Okay, let's not repeat that.
Questionable.
Nobody's had time to drink my potions.
nope.
That's okay.
We haven't even received any potions.
Ask and thy shall receive.
Ah, this guy with the 22.
Mm-hmm.
Why he gotta be like that?
Sorry.
So rude.
That's okay.
Motherfucker rolled a 22.
Sorry. God, so many tabs.
I will pee. I'll be right back.
Okay. This might take me a moment, so yeah, probably for the best.
Nice.
We're gonna take a quick
Same.
break for the bathroom.
I've been having super bad acid reflux, so I'm gonna go grab some milk.
Fair. Alright. And then the last two. So, 20 in mark. Very nice, very nice, very nice. Alright, and then Cirrus got pretty good. 18. Lee got 10. Ray got 20. 9? 20?
20.
20, okay. And Zavis got 16. Very nice, very nice, very nice, very nice. Alright. Organizing everybody. Alright. So now, let me just do this. Okay. So, top of the order is one of the shinobi. There we go. So, starting at the top of the order, one of these shinobi is going to pop out of the water, sprinting forward, and is going to make 2 melee attacks against you, Zavis.
Alright.
One is a natural 20.
Okay.
And the other is a 22.
Yeah, that 22 hits because that's my AC.
All right, so
Hold on. I'd like to use my reaction to
okay.
dim down the 20.
All right, so
Thanks.
I need
That's
you to.
Sentinel.
All right, so you take 8 points of piercing damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no. Let me get my dice tower out. Oh.
I'll have a turn eventually.
Nah. Same though.
21.
21. All right, so you will take 4 points of poison damage.
Okay, 4 poison and 8 what?
4 poison and
Or
8
8.
piercing, and then the second attack is 6 more points of piercing, and I need you to make another Constitution saving throw.
That is 18.
Also succeeds, so you will take 4 more points of poison damage.
Okay, so 4 points of damage, and I apologize. What was the
6 points of piercing for
okay.
the second sword attack. And then the shinobi is going to use their bonus action to disengage and move, because they only moved about 10 feet. 20. 30. All right. Yukio, you see one of the Mistwalker clan burst out of the water, running forward, takes 2 sharp stabs with their short blade at Zavis. The surprise of it, I mean, obviously you can't be surprised, but the swiftness of it, catching him slightly off guard, and then quickly ducks out of the way and begins running back up the path.
So before I do anything, I'll just shout, "Explain yourselves! You draw your blades against one of the triad."
Okay. There does not seem to be any visible reaction.
That's not concerning at all. Well, I guess I'll use my action to summon Natsuki,
Okay.
since I did not have it out.
Mm-hmm.
Ray going to audibly wince when Natsuki appears.
Mm-hmm.
Audibly. You hear it. It go.
Herc.
I'll be very confused by this, but not the time. And then... what do I want to do with my bonus action? You know what? Whatever. I'll just move up and make an attack. Wait, I have to 2-up in fighting. That never mind, that doesn't work. Or not 2-up in fighting. I can't.
Yep, you can't bonus action attack unless you've taken the action to attack.
Yeah, that's what I was going for. Thank you.
Alright.
Okay, I guess let me find a spell I want to cast.
Okay.
Sure. I will go ahead and cast Staggering Smite.
All right. As you summon Natsuki, and then it begins to like shake and shudder as if like moving, like as if it's like encased in some sort of energy that can't quite be seen. Are you gonna move?
I don't see much reason to for now.
Okay.
I mean, I guess I'll move a little, but...
All right. Ray, it is now your turn.
Right. So, all of these are enemies, correct?
Yep.
Awesome. We're gonna cast Sickening Radiance.
Oh boy.
120 within 30. And then just make sure I get far enough back.
Is it a 30-foot radius or a 30-foot across?
30-foot radius.
30-foot radius. All right.
Or 30-foot. How do they? Oh, it doesn't say. We've had this discussion before.
Well, it should describe it. Hold on here. Range of 120 feet, a 30-foot radius sphere centered on a point of your choosing. Okay.
Okay. So here. Yep, that's fine.
All right.
I can catch 1, 2, 3, 4 of them.
All right. So it's going to be.
On the start of each of their turns, they're going to have to make a Constitution save.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
Like that.
12. All right. So about that big, roughly.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to move it if I can. Sorry. So right about there?
Correct.
Okay. And when they start their turns in it, they will have to make saves, correct?
Constitution saves, correct.
All right. Is that going to be your turn? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then moving on to this individual's turn. That is, which one are you? Okay, good. You see these, there are 2 shinobi here, 2 ninjas, it seems, that are garbed in heavier, like obscuring robes. And you said Constitution saves? Oof. So. Ooh, fails.
Yeah, so they're going to go ahead. The ones that fail will take 4d10 damage, so that's going to be 18 for this first guy.
18, alright.
And then they suffer 1 level of exhaustion and emit a dim greenish light in a 5-foot radius.
Very nice, very nice,
They
very
cannot
nice.
benefit from being invisible.
Alright, this one is going to, and cannot benefit from being invisible. That actually is a good note. This one's casting Fireball on all of you. Everybody make a dexterity saving throw.
That's not my strong suit, fam.
If you're within 10 feet of me, please remember your +4.
Yep.
Well,
Thanks,
Michael
Albus.
didn't hold it.
With
As,
that +4, I got it 11.
I got 13.
Oh man.
This individual
I
makes a couple of seal signs with their hands and then blows, and you see a red orb shoot out and then wrap around all of you in flame. So anybody who rolled less than a 14 takes...
Not a lot of damage.
Cause I'll.
I got
12
13.
damage.
You're really helpful there, aren't you?
Yeah. Oh. You bet I am.
29 points of fire damage to anybody who failed.
Don't like
and that would be...
that.
Yeah.
Now they've gone and made me mad. I was
happy.
indignant before, now I'm pissed.
14 to anybody who succeeded.
And then I take half that.
Yep. So you would take 7.
Oh my god!
Which one shot the fireball?
This one.
That one? Oh, he's kind of far.
Mhm.
Still, I got his number.
All right.
And I failed my Constitution saving throw, so Sickening Radiance vanishes.
All right. Whoop. Sickening Radiance, go bye-bye.
Got one of them, though.
All
For
right.
a little bit of damage for a level 4 spell slot.
I mean,
do
at
you
least
want me to
use
play
like
Spears?
no effect for the second one.
Yes, actually, if you wouldn't mind, I will give Cirrus, give you control of Cirrus.
Don't worry about it. I'm gonna just
Okay.
cast
It is Cirrus's turn.
Should I roll her save as well?
Yes.
I didn't know if you did it already.
I did not. Sorry.
Yeah, she's good.
Okay.
And we both have evasion, and we got...
Yeah, so you
fire
took 7 points. Or she took 7 points.
0.
Oh, 0, right. Because so, done. No damage. All right. It is Cirrus's turn.
Okay. Cirrus is going to move up to this one. And attack.
All right. You will also note that all of these shinobi who are on water are standing on it.
Okay.
Familiar.
27 to hit.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Jeez.
27 to hit. That's how many hit points this fucker has.
12 points of damage from the Staff of
God
Striking.
damn. As Cirrus, excited about this, finally runs up and then BAM! Just across the jaw.
Shoot. That guy who shot the fireball is just out of my range.
Darn.
Okay, can I now use one of the charges of the Staff of Striking?
Yeah.
Or you can expend up to 3, so I'm gonna use 3.
Okay.
So that's an additional 10 damage, force damage.
Damn. Very nice.
We'll do another strike.
Okay.
Nat 1.
All right, that misses.
We're gonna bonus action Flurry of Blows.
All right, key point spent.
A 21 to hit.
21 hits. I literally don't think she could roll low enough to not knock this guy down.
Yeah, 10 bludgeoning
Yeah,
damage.
he's down. Just one solid staff strike. He misses the second one, and then she just turns, and her like stone-covered fist just spins around in a backhand, and you hear a sickening crack as his jaw goes sideways, and he drops.
Ooh.
Good.
Bye bye.
They're all face-covered, garbed in dark attire, and yet his head is at a bad angle as he hits the ground.
Could I have still applied one of the open hand techniques?
Yeah.
So, like, I want to knock his body 15 feet back.
Into the into the other one?
Yeah.
Alright, yeah. That knockout blow and just the back fist whack sends him flying backwards as he just ragdolls back into that dude. How do I want to do that? Let me have him make a dexterity saving throw to see if he can avoid getting hit. Yeah, he knock him back, and this shinobi just ducks as he sploosh lands into the water and begins to sink. This other shinobi ducks out of the way and manages to avoid it, but just barely.
So are they down a cliff?
The water there is right about at the edge. The map is not as accurate.
Okay, so Cirrus has enough movement left to get up here and make the final fully strike.
Go for it.
Cool. Does a 14 hit?
14 does not hit.
Okay.
All right.
That's Cirrus's turn.
All right, Zavis, it is now your turn.
Yay! I get to do stuff. Okay, I'm gonna move up right here.
Mm-hmm.
Let me make sure, double check on my math here. 30, it's 10, 30. Okay, so all of these four right here, I'm going to channel my divinity, my conquering presence, so they all need to make wisdom saving throws, DC 17.
Okay. That is...
Or else they become frightened.
DC 17?
Yes.
Alright, this one's okay. This one is...
If you can mark them.
Yes, I will do so.
So all the standard, they do get to repeat the save at the end of their turns, if they are frightened.
That one's frightened, and then two more get to roll it. One shinobi, one other. Shinobi is fine, and the other is also fine. So yeah, it only works on this one here, but the other three save, unfortunately. They all rolled very high.
It's all good.
All right.
Darn. Okay. Then bonus action, pull out my sword and ignite it.
And you light your blade on fire. All right.
Yep.
It is now this shinobi's turn, who is going to... this one is going to move up and make 4 attacks against you. As it moves up, unarmed, just fists at the ready, and they sidle up. First 2 attacks are a 22 and a natural 1.
Okay, well, the 1 does not hit. 22 does hit because that is my AC.
And the other 2 miss with a natural 5 and a natural 6.
Okay.
So you will take 5 more points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And then they will disappear.
Imagine that doesn't. Okay, yeah.
As it moves up, takes several strikes against you. 1 lands to hit, and right as you go to swing to retaliate, they step back and seem to just become mist for a second, and then appear 30 feet behind.
Turds.
All right, it is this next one's turn. It's going to move up. This one is going to move up, and you see it seems unarmed, but out of its the underside of its wrist, you see the hand shoot forward, and you just see a blade with some viscous liquid tipped as it shoots forward. A 16 doesn't hit you. No, 16 would not hit. First attack fails. Second attack also fails, as it takes 2 swings at you with this hidden blade, and then is going to use a bonus action to disengage. and remove its remaining 15 feet that way as it moves
Everybody
back
just
onto
likes
the water.
to hit at me.
Hmm?
Everybody wants to punch me
Yeah.
or fight me.
Indubitably. All right,
Valid.
Lee, it is now your turn.
Okay. So it's misty all around.
Yes, it's pretty heavy mist. I would say you could shadow jump.
Okay, sweet. Can I stand in like this space, like
Yeah.
1 foot on each rock?
Yeah, I would say that you'd be able to. You're pretty lithe and limber as you teleport over.
Yeah.
Lee just kind of moving and leaving like a shadow version of himself there briefly as he and then just appears ahead.
Neato.
Heck yeah. I will unsheath Sabamaru and make a couple attacks.
All right.
Alright.
As your blade draws and then you bring it forward. Funny enough, the Wakizashi that I have that I was talking to you about the other day is relatively Sabimaru's dimensions.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So a 25 to hit,
Yeah, that'll do it.
and then a 28 to hit.
Both will hit.
Okay, let me get all the dice for this.
All
sneak attack,
All the dice!
Sabimaru stuff. I'm gonna need a Constitution saving throw.
Pretty solid. 18.
Alright, so they're not poisoned, but they do take 29 points of damage
Huh.
from the sneak attack.
Very nice.
So still up.
Yeah, he is looking rough, but he's still up.
Okay, so the second attack is just 1d6. So 10 more damage from
That's
Sabimaru.
enough to do it. As you appear behind him, Sabimaru sticking through him for a moment, and then as you bring it back, turn it backhand and just bring it across the nape of the neck, he just drops and falls into the water, beginning to
Nice.
float downstream.
And then I will leap across the water here
Okay.
and just get myself in a better position.
All right. Architect, your turn.
Architect is going to turn towards. Let's see here. Can he reach him? Also, where's May at?
Oh,
Over here.
okay. No, that's Ray. Oh, you two are on top of each other.
Wait,
Oh,
what?
okay.
Oh, my screen.
Oh, well, you were on top of each other on my screen, so I fixed it.
You definitely were, yeah.
Oh,
What's the range on this attack?
weird.
Oh, yeah, I can reach everyone.
Spooked.
I mean, hell, can I reach him? Yeah, I can reach him. I'm going to shoot Fireball Boy with Milfy's acid arrow.
Okay.
Milf's
Melfs.
Milf acid arrow.
That milk they throw.
So yeah, that's gonna be a 24 to hit.
24 will hit.
And 15 acid damage.
Very nice. A very solid hit as you kind of point and that streak of greenish energy shoots forward and hits their torso. You see it burning away at the cloak. They make some very pained grunting noises.
And did you say it's a bonus action to drink your own potion, but
Correct.
an action to make someone else drink it?
Correct.
Yeah, I'm gonna drink a healing potion.
Okay.
So
All right. Moving
I
anywhere?
can't reach any of these motherfuckers.
that's it for me.
All right. It is now this one's turn. And they...
Oops.
Who, me?
Oops.
gonna run across the water. And then I need all of you to make another dexterity saving throw, I believe.
I don't wanna.
No, con saves. Sorry, con
Oh,
saves.
that's even better.
Stop it.
So I need Yukio, May, Ray, and Architect.
Oh, and Zavis, you moved away.
I'm sorry. Wait, am I making a save?
Nope. You
no,
are not.
Oh,
you moved
okay.
away, and so now I'm probably gonna fail the save.
I'm
19.
sorry. I
Well-
tried to scare them all. I only scared
21.
one though.
21. All right, so
Question.
Yes.
Is it a spell?
it's a spell, yes.
Counterspell.
All right.
Oh, I forgot
Roll
about
it.
the fireball. I have advantage. Well,
Let's see.
Are you using, what level are you casting Counterspell at?
Ooh, you know what? I don't feel like taking damage, so 5th.
All right, that works. You see them run across the water and then kind of jump, and as you see their hands moving in rapid sigils, you see like frost begin to coalesce in front of them, and you just turn and snap, and you see it shatter in their hands.
Was it this one?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Correct, that one. That's the end of their turn. That one's dead. May, it's now your turn.
Okay. I'm. Oh.
Sorry, I know we're going late, guys.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. You're good.
Ack.
It's a good thing I have 2 characters to keep me engaged because I have not slept yet, so
Yeah, I know, you're pretty tired. I apologize.
that's okay. Used to it at this point.
No, okay. I'm just gonna get confused and forget what I was doing. Okay, I'm going to guiding bolt the one that just tried to cast that.
Okay.
3rd level.
You stand significantly taller than Yukio, so you just kind of point your staff, and it goes over the top of his head.
This little guy.
All right.
Oh my god. And we're gonna fail. I'm 95% sure.
What'd you roll?
11.
11 total is not going to do it, unfortunately. As
No, it doesn't.
flies over their head. Although you did not miss by much. Well, no, you missed by a decent amount. You notice that, actually getting a closer look, this shinobi here has similar shadowy coalesced armor to, in the same way that Yukio tends to wear his.
Okay.
Alright.
I will also move.
Okay, where are you moving?
Oh my god. I mean, I'm still in a. Like, I'll move here.
Okay. Alright. It is now
Why did my.
that one's turn. And it can get, he runs right up to you, Zavis, and is going to attempt 4 strikes.
let's go.
A 23 and a natural 20.
Good damn. All right.
And then the next 2 are gonna miss.
Reaction on the natural 20. Sentinel.
What's the range on your sentinel?
I'm a little far away now.
I didn't look with my eyes. Yep, nope, it's only 30 feet.
Yep, just out of it, sorry.
It's all right.
Actually, I can't do that. So.
You will take 7 points of bludgeoning, or no, hold on, sorry. You'll take 8 points of bludgeoning from the critical hit,
Okay.
and then 5 more points of bludgeoning from the other strike.
All right.
And then it is going to
Poof away,
Yep.
little bastards.
Sorry. To appear standing on the water. And now it's this one's turn. It's going to move over and attempt to attack you, Lee. Making 2 attacks. A 21, and the other is an 11, so it's not going to hit.
Yeah, the 21 hits though.
Yeah. You take 8 points of piercing damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
All right. Because of the feat I took, I am proficient in those, so let's see if that pays off. Decent roll regardless. I got a 21 on the con side.
Oh yeah, that'll more than do it. So you only take 6 points of poison damage as opposed to 12.
So 13 total.
Yep. All right. And then is going to bonus action disengage. And move the remaining 15 feet they have back out onto the water. All right. And then it is this guy who's dead. Yukio.
Me. So I'm gonna run out onto the water as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then I believe... Oh, no. Wrong square. I think I gotta be here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, I'm gonna flourish Natsuki and Steel Wind Strike.
All right. That ninja shit.
Yeah!
All right. Which one do you end at?
So I can decide afterward, I think.
Okay.
'Cause it says you teleport to one that you hit or miss.
Okay. We're going to go clockwise starting from the bottom.
Yeah, okay.
So.
It's a spell attack. Yeah, here we go. Oh, that was so close to a 20. Come on, 22.
22 definitely hits.
And then we got a nat 1, so that one misses.
Okay, so
And
now
then a 26.
that'll hit.
Oh, wait, did that miss the fireball, or did that hit the fireball? That missed the fireball. I'm so sick of this guy. Alright. I'm rolling my Eldritch Blast just because it's weird, but 17.
Yep, that'll hit. And then this last one.
And 16.
16 hits. So you...
Hey, so that's 4 hits?
Yep, 4 hits and 1 miss on this guy. So you got everybody else. So starting...
So damage in order is going to be... Oh, that's satisfying to watch those roll. 32. That's a nice roll.
He's down.
Heck yeah.
36.
He's also down.
34.
He's also down.
And 38.
Bye.
And then I'm gonna
He's almost down.
I'm gonna appear next to this guy.
Okay.
Be like, what's up?
You see Yukio taking a page out of Ray's book, kind of runs forward and flourishes Natsuki, and then you see him move, and you see like several images of him all go in different directions, and then he appears. Slash dead, slash wounded, slash dead, and then all the way down here. So he's like, dead, grievously wounded, dead, and then the last one, the shinobi pulls up a blade and ching blocks, basically drawing the sword, and you see Natsuki hit hard as he digs the blade in, as they kind of bite into one another.
And after I do that, I'm gonna say, drop your weapon.
Okay. Well, that was sick as fuck.
Yeah.
And
Happy about that.
Steel Wind Strike
is
probably my favorite spell.
So fucking cool. Oh my gosh.
All right, and then Ray, it is now your turn.
Oh yeah. All right. Are they dropping their weapons?
No.
That was
Well, it's not their turn yet.
Shit. You can drop as a free on your turn or anybody else's.
They are not dropping their weapons.
All right, fine then. You have chosen the death. All right, the one next to Yukio who managed to survive. I'm gonna mind spike him.
Okay.
I might need to move. 60. No, I'm good.
Save.
And yes, please, wisdom save.
That is a total of 21.
That passes. They take nothing.
No damage? Alright. Did you... A little...
No, they take half as much on a success.
Okay.
So, cast, roll. They take 10.
That's still enough. Yukio, you go, drop your weapon, and the thing doesn't seem to react, and it pulls its blade out to parry your blade off, and then goes to stab, and you see it twist horribly, like somebody grabbed it and screwed it up like a can of soda, and and then drops.
Bye.
Viscera pouring
Yeah,
out of the eye sockets and
Oh,
mouth
yeah.
and nostrils.
Ew. I don't think these are okay.
Ray does not kill cleanly, except with disintegration ray, and I'm still very
All right,
excited for
it
the first
is-
time I get to kill
You
someone
are
with
the
that.
disintegration ray.
It is Cirrus's turn.
Okay, quick question.
Yep.
Have you any idea what he was gonna pick for Cirrus's ability score upgrade?
I haven't looked at Cirrus's stats at the moment.
Well, I'm on Cirrus's character sheet, and he's not leveled her up yet.
Of course. I have no idea. So
Okay,
if Dex
no worries.
isn't maxed out, go with Dex. And we can retcon it later.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, her dex is only 17, so I imagine he'd want to at least bring it up
Yep.
to 18. Okay, so where were... Yeah.
These poor bastards.
Okay, so this will make some attacks against this one up here. 22
That'll hit.
and a 25.
Anything at 15 or better is going to hit.
Okay.
Sorry, that I had planned for a couple more rounds, and that Steel Wind Strike really fucked them up.
Yeah, no, I wasn't expecting to just drop them like that. I was expecting to, like, wound them all pretty heavily, but not
Sorry,
just,
but
like,
Steel Wind
talk through
Strike.
them.
How many is it? It's like.
Anybody within 30 feet.
Well, no, it's 5d10 by
6d10.
default, isn't it? 6?
6d10.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of damage.
It's like, excuse me? The median on that is like.
35, roughly.
Hey, Kyler,
roughly-
Yep.
I got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
So Steel Wind Strike is a melee spell attack made with a weapon.
Correct.
Life Drinker says when you hit a creature with your packed weapon, the creature takes 4 extra necrotic damage. Does that count, or are we just gonna rule that that's only on attack action?
Let's rule that that's only on attack, because the synergy's a little much.
Let's not make it that gross.
If that were the case, you would have killed
Yeah, like,
all of the ones that you hit.
yeah.
So, for
I
now,
thought-
we're gonna go nah.
I'm gonna be honest, but yeah, I was just thinking about it like, wait a damn second.
Hold on one goddamn minute.
But that's okay. I'm okay with not being utterly busted.
Okay. How are we going, Cirrus?
20 bludgeoning damage from the Staff of Striking.
20? Solid hit. Not dead, but hurting.
Okay, and then we're going to spend a key point for Flurry of Blows. We missed one, but hit the last
Alright.
for another 10.
That'll do it. Another couple quick bap staff strikes. The first punch misses, and then just kind of spinning the staff around the neck and just cracking underneath the jaw, just kind of the upside down hammer fist. You hear teeth break, and the body goes limp.
Excellent.
All right.
Oh wait, no, there's one more.
There is
Yeah.
one more, yes. As several bodies begin floating downstream. Zavis.
Oh my god, I get a turn to do something.
No.
There's like one left.
Yeah.
And
Zavis,
he's under
Vis-
4 health, I think.
visibly frustrated, is just gonna waltz on up to this guy.
Punch
Mhm.
him. Punch him.
I'm not gonna punch him. I have a nice on fire sword. I'm gonna roll to hit him. That is 16, 17, 18, 19,
Waste
20,
of a
21,
paladin.
23, 24. 24 to hit.
Yeah. You step forward, and it's currently like this individual is currently bleeding heavily from that cut that came out of nowhere. Looks up, goes to like bring its blade up to draw, and you just cut straight through it and just mask of frustration, just hack, and they drop, smoldering. They had 2 hit points left.
Yeah, I literally couldn't.
I wish Ark had made it there, he'd have punched him.
You said these people had their faces covered?
For the most part, action has been so quick you haven't really gotten a chance to look at them. But there are a few bodies on the ground, yeah.
Yeah, I want to inspect this guy in front of me and see if I can tell if there's been anything done to him, or like...
Okay. As you begin to remove the face wrapping, you recognize the face of somebody you trained with. You weren't close, but you recognize one of the Mistwalkers named Shuzo. He was about your age, human as well. His skin has a weirdly gray pallor to it, and his eyes are milky, and the irises themselves are this distinct purple color. He was not that way when you knew him. He was a fairly tan, hale, and hearty young man with deep brown eyes.
I'll dismiss Natsuki, and under my breath, I'll say satisfied.
Okay.
I don't know if anybody wants to try to hear that.
I would say that, sorry, the architect does hear that.
Okay.
I hear everything!
And I'll just kind of like close his eyes and like make a little symbol in front of my face and kind of pay my respects to the guy and walk back across the river, dodging the bodies that are floating down.
And upon further inspection, all of the bodies share the same gray, sickly pallor, milky eyes, and purple irises. And you recognize the other ones that are still, the ones that are not floating away.
I'll do the same thing for them.
You recognize Shuzo, Muramao, and Tadasu. All people you have previously known.
Something's wrong. We need to move.
All right.
That being said,
I'm gonna.
I'm a little bit wounded. If anyone could heal me up just a little bit.
Zavis stares at him like, "Have you seen me?"
I'm gonna
That's
pull a
fine. I'll
potion
heal
out
myself.
and be like, here you
Alright.
go.
Thank you.
You get the HP, the temp HP, all that good shit.
I also just healed everyone 22 HP.
Very
Oh,
nice.
sick.
Jesus.
I wanted to use a healing word or mass cure wounds level 5.
What's the HP on your potions?
2d6 plus 5.
Okay, so that's probably gonna get me to max.
Very nice. Yes,
Uh,
Sabas.
Just so you know, Kyler, I went ahead and I used some lay on hand points to heal myself as well.
Okay. Very nice.
And that temp HP is what again? Sorry, my memory is garbage.
Architect, the temp HP.
Oh, that is... I forgot that was the thing.
Is that like 2d4?
I want to say it's 2d6, I'm pretty sure.
2d6.
Yeah, I think it's 2d6, but let me double check.
Mhm.
I have a lot of features.
Yeah.
Artificers!
Which one is it? Restorative agent, I think so. Yeah, 2d6 plus 5.
For the temp HP?
Yeah. Whenever you
Oh,
drink
damn.
an elixir, the creature gains temporary hit points equal to 2d6 plus 5.
Well, I rolled 2 6s, so 17 temp HP. Heck yeah, man.
All right.
I'm here for it.
Yes, this definitely worries you, as these were all people you knew and had trained with, worked with from time to time.
And not prone to insurgency, I would imagine.
Nope. Each of them loyal Mistwalkers.
Right on. Not disconcerting at all.
And
Is there something going on, Yukio? Sorry.
I trained with a number of these men. Perhaps all of them, though obviously I can't be sure.
So, are you not as welcome as you thought you were?
No, that's not it. There's something wrong with them. Their skin is gray and their eyes are cloudy and purple. Some foul magic is afoot here. We need to go.
as you gather yourselves up, heeding Yukio's warning, that's where we will end this week.
Curses!
Curses!
Indeed.
Really.
All right. Well, thank you everybody who did stick with us. I appreciate it. I have so much fun with this every week, and thank you guys for hanging out with us. Thank you guys for sticking with me and my kooky narrative.
I love
And
it.
we will see you all next
Great.
time. Thank you very much.
Bye.